I hope they didn't pick that up.
It might have. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are Not Great RPG, and we're here once again for the Fey Frontier RUSTFall. There's Mike. I really was worried that he was not alive, but he is. Nice intro, by the way. Hey, thank you. He sent a message that wasn't just the meme. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that immensely.
I'm going to flame you, then I'm going to be nice.
Remember this day.
I will. It's not him. He's been taken over by a skinwalker.
Oh.
Skin
Cute.
stepper.
Skin step.
That's a good message,
What
Mike.
are you
Thank
doing, Stepskin?
Anyway, we're back for the Fey Frontier RUSTFall, Episode 3. So we're going to go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, and then after a brief recap, we will pick up where we left off last time.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm still getting used to going first. I'm Glenn, and I play Damon, the Hex Hunter.
I'm Savannah. I am playing as Barry, the little fluffy possum.
I'm John. I play Ulysses.
I'm DJ and I play Mark II.
I'm Sarah, and I play Genevieve.
And I'm Chell, and I play Andy.
And I'm Don, and I play everyone else. And no longer primarily just Renoir.
And
Are you
Cookie.
sure?
And Cookie.
Again.
And Cookie again.
And sometimes it's Cookie
sometimes
again.
it's Cookie again.
Moonbeam that cookie!
Exactly. Last time, we hopped into a flashback as the party was heading through Beacon's End a few weeks prior to the start of the campaign. Andy is bumped in the crowd, thinks nothing of it. Later, finds a threatening letter from an unknown person. The letter smells of citrus, and it basically threatens to reveal her location to the people that she is running away from. If she does not sign up and do the black mark job designated dead weight with her crew, the party kind of goes back and forth about whether or not they want to do the job, specifically Ulysses saying, I got to see what dead weight pay before signing up for this. They go speak with Renoir, find out that the deadweight job involves a train heist, and people have not taken it because the reward is too high for what the job seems to be, which means there are assuredly complications. The job reward is favors from the brokers, which are things that you do not really buy because they are prohibitively expensive. Ulysses immediately signs. The rest follow suit with the exception of Barry, because the process of signing a black mark job involves dipping the pen into pricking the end of your finger and taking some of your blood. Barry's not about that life. Her blood's very valuable to her. She doesn't mess around with souls.
Stingy with the blood, I say.
Yeah, so that's not for Barry. We jump forward again, and you guys are now in the tunnel outside of the now burning workshop of Genevieve, who had joined the party. You guys walk through about 15 minutes through the tunnel, came to a burned down lantern oil factory after climbing up a ladder. You guys head out to the last thread. You guys get cleaned up to remove the smell of fire and decide that you'll rest until morning before you head over to Alistair's manor in High Spire in order to drop off the goods. Ulysses hears that the circus, Tumis and the Mad Lads, is in town and heads off to the Grinning House in order to meet with them, Mark II in tow, though staying back as to not alert people to his presence of being a large warforged man at Ulysses' request. Ulysses gets to the Grinning House, speaks briefly with the guards at the door, makes his way to the circus out back in the Narrows, speaks with several of them, wanders off with an elven aerialist by the name of Ethelda, learns about the special mix of substances that she weaves into her silks in order to captivate the audience, receives some of those substances from her. Mark II bets a dwarf that he can throw him further than the cannon that he gets launched out of can. Launch him. Mark II throws him, goes roughly the same distance.
And you have to fire him out of the cannon for free.
You got it, fire him out of the cannon for free. You guys head back to the last thread, rest until the following day. You head to the High Spire, which is a wealthy area above the Luminarch Market, to Spireview Hall, the home of Alistair Wendell, a dangerous fixer for the wealthy. His manor is a huge rotating telescope that points up towards the sky, but also rotates down to look at the Luminarch Market. Barry hands small vibrating chips to act as a warning to everybody if they need to flag each other without saying anything. You guys enter this immaculate manor, and which is staffed by silent Kenku workers. You were immediately told to shush by Ulysses because of the Kenku presence. You guys enter a private study upstairs after walking through an immaculate manor filled with books and art and alcohol, all immaculate private rooms. You meet an immaculately groomed and dressed dwarven man, Alistair, with a rust arm. He inspects the goods using various implements from his golden spectacles. However, when it comes to the painting, he briefly inspects the front before flipping it over on the back, clicking something on his glasses, and then declaring it a forgery. He tells you that there are two options. Either you stole the painting after having it forged because you realize the painting's value, which takes balls. The second one is that you were simply too slow and someone else stole it from you. Ulysses offers up the information that there were 6 dead rail tracers on board, that this is what they found in the vault was the forged painting, along with a calling card on one of the rail tracers for seemingly the glass jaws, as you have come to learn through Renoir. Alistair says that he knows of them, and that the situation now offers a predicament, checking a pocket watch. Ulysses asks what his timeline is, and he says 2 weeks from this current point. Damon offers that the party complete the job, the original job, by finding the real painting, selling the group as the right one for the job. Alistair indicates that he's not interested in the desperate, and that unless the group is willing to sign an addendum and an extension with the 2 party members that are currently in the room that did not sign the original contract, signing themselves on board. Damon goes back and forth with Alistair about that this is still part of the original job, that they don't fail, and Ulysses immediately chimes in that they will sign. The answer is yes. The party leaves to go outside to discuss the terms of how they're going to resolve this. Goes out into the garden in the back, writing down their thoughts on a piece of paper back and forth. Barry does not want to sign still because her blood is precious to her. Ulysses points out that Alistair does not know which 4 people signed the contract originally because the signatures turn to ash as soon as you sign the black mark job. 2 of the original group, therefore, can sign again. You all agree, with Damon and Ulysses agreeing to sign again. Walk upstairs. Ulysses signs and Damon signs afterwards. Damon asks for information about the glass jaws, and Alistair says that he would be happy to oblige. Before that, I have one note that I wrote down from the previous episode that I need to retcon ever so slightly about the Grinning House. 2 items. I said that the sand pit in the Grinning House was a fight pit. It's not. It's a sensory pit. People get high, roll around in the sand. Different place. There is a fight pit. It's not here.
Oh, so it's a rolling around pit.
It's a rolling around pit.
For sandbags.
Wrestling pit.
A wrestling pit.
That's why they're grinning.
Not for
Chinchillas,
wrestling.
yeah, the chinchillas are really invested.
Yeah, they're
I
loving
mean,
it.
there was like a handful of like. There was there's a raccoon man at the
Yeah.
door.
Oh, is
like-
that a litter box?
It could be a litter box.
Could
It is a
be.
tabaxi bar.
Please don't shit in
The
the
second
wrestling.
item is when you asked Grip, the orc, if he would be able to be on the back door at some point in the future. The next time the next time the circus was playing, he should have said that he would need to speak to Lada, the owner of the Grinning House, and pointed to a half orc woman standing atop a look over area onto the tavern. That is another item that I should have introduced that I didn't. So
Lada?
Lata,
Lata.
yes,
Glotto.
Lata.
Well, we just got done watching Drag Race, so it's like there's La is hitting.
Yeah.
It's like
So we pick back up. Damon asks for information about the glass jaws after Ulysses and Damon have signed. Alistair says, I would be happy to oblige. But before we proceed, do you take me for a fool? Someone that can be meddled with?
Whatever could you mean, my friend?
I brought up that there were 4 on the contract, 6 in the room. Of the group, 4 of you spoke. The 2 of you, pointing at Genevieve and Barry, said nothing. The 2 of you said very little. Ulysses, you offered up information almost immediately about the happenings of the job, the things that went wrong, and immediately spoke for the group. To me, that indicates a leader. Or it indicates a person looking to curry favor with the boss, someone that does not currently have a reward. Suspicious, but I can't prove that you signed. But Damon, your gumption gave you away. You said, and he pushes a button on his glasses, and a, projection of Damon appears.
He's a
in front of you.
stenographer?
Yeah. He's a stenographer. Appears in front of the group, and you watch Damon say, "They were implicated the moment we brought them on. The moment you shake hands with me, we're all together now." Pushes the glasses, the projection goes away.
That's a cute party trick.
It is. But it also means that when I indicated that there were 2 people part of your group that were hired on, you said they were implicated the moment we brought them on.
And do you take me for a fucking idiot? I am not the man to be signing my life away on some train job, black mark job. I myself am a man of gumption, as you say. You think that someone would come to me and ask for my favor in working a job and I would sign it? You
could have
must be
paid
out of
something
your
else.
goddamn mind. For me to think that you would have that audacity, I have people to sign on my behalf. Are you kidding me? I don't dirty my hands with the filth of another. I don't do jobs like that. I'm a professional.
Then how do you explain the 2 additional people that were unaccounted for? Why would you say they?
Because I brought them onto the job. I had them sign to spare myself from getting black marked.
It's not uncommon for a benefactor to outsource work, sir. The benefactor is still in charge of the operation, even if he does not put his blood on paper.
You fancy yourself a fixer.
I do.
Well, you fix jobs. I fix problems. I was something of a fixer myself. So you can understand the game at play. I don't risk it unless it pays. And some janky little train job is not it for me. I almost turned down your job, you know.
Really?
A black mark job to knock over a train. You could call the rail tracers and they'd do it without the black mark job.
True. But as you said, the tracers were already there.
Almost like you could have put your money in that, but you didn't. You see what I'm saying here? The whole thing stinks to high heaven. Why would I sign such a contract on the first go around without having, and forgive me, dear, she can't hear me, a patsy?
You did indicate
I
that.
established they were hard of hearing
Yeah,
previously.
the last
Was
time.
it both of us?
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were just like, she's deaf. Maybe.
No, he did
Okay,
last time
okay.
indicate that.
He's the memory guy, not me.
Hey, I mean, there's
To get-
demolitions experts
Yeah.
exist.
To get Alistair to not talk to them. I'll buy your excuse.
Buy it if you want. I'm not selling anything. I'm simply telling you the truth of, yes, I signed your contract now. Because I always make good on my deals.
Fine. What information do you want to know about the glass jaws?
Where the fuck are they? Who the fuck are they? And how can I fuck them up?
Why are they?
How
are they?
The glass
Why
jars.
are they?
The glass jars aren't a name you'd find written down. Not yet. They're new, but they're not green. Former gray souls. The kind that went quiet.
Gray souls.
Gray souls. The Gray Souls, since we've not brought it up in game, the Gray Souls are a syndicate of, I guess I'll just say it in character. For those not familiar, the Gray Souls are a syndicate for hire, a militia of sorts. Every job to them is a black mark. You fail, you die. Because the jobs that they run, you either succeed or you're dead. There's no in between.
Blood mercenaries.
Yes. These are former Gray Souls.
Oh.
like the dead?
No. People that left went quiet rather than die.
Oh, got it.
They pulled their collars off, kept the precision. Ghosts with a contract clause. Every job is a black mark, just like the Gray Souls. Only they ain't afraid to break them. When you're in, you're in. No mark matters.
What are they called again? The glass
Glass jaws.
glass jaws.
Thank you for the resub, Oscar.
Do you know where they operate out of? You said they are ghosts.
Yes.
I guess I'm to assume that I should go poking around the nearest cemetery.
Oddly enough,
You're fucking with me.
no. But there is someone who can direct you to them. Someone I've worked with before.
Worked with, or did they work for you?
Everyone works for me.
I had a feeling.
There's a woman in the soot-lined towers. She hears what isn't said. Her name is Chime. Half codebreaker, half cartographer of silence. She doesn't deal in rumors, she deals in resonance. She's not loyal, she's curious. You
So-
don't pay.
A free agent.
Oh, not free.
Oh no, free agents never work for free. Thus, the name is very deceptive.
Yes. But her price isn't coin. She'll have an ask. Depends on the job.
What does she typically deal in?
Information, locations, secrets, whispers, sounds, recordings. She is a listener, an echo watcher.
And this was in the sub towers.
Yes. She hangs out in the old bell tower, the belfry, near the cistern tunnel's northern edge. High up towards the ceiling, the soot line. Cliffs along the edges.
A relic of this old mining town, I assume.
The lower portions of it, anyway.
And here I thought everything up here was new.
Up here, yes. Down below, no.
She'll have some information for us assuredly as to where to find them, or at least begin our search.
If she doesn't, no one will. The glass jaws are shadows, whispers. They don't advertise. There's no territories, no turf wars. They're barely a syndicate. The jobs are always masked to look like something else. Syndicate violence, rust freakouts, reaper purges. They leave behind chaos wrapped in silence and a calling card, just kind of gesturing to the glass card that you found. That's their signature. Most crews leave blood. The glass jaws leave doubt. Every job, every calling card left is a resume for another, a message for a future client, carefully picked, a theft by invitation. That card that you found was likely designated for someone on the other end. That will not get it now.
And yet we show up here with the card. You call us unprofessional.
Because you found a card in a vault, left for another person.
Yes, but you knew the moment we found the Glassjaw card that things were not as they seem. And you dare to call me out for it? I've never seen such a thing before.
Things are rarely as they seem in Beacon's End.
Ooh, don't I know it? Not even just here, all of this fucked up, awful place. But that's why I love it.
What was on the back?
Of the painting.
What should have been?
A list. Connections. Deals.
A ledger?
A ledger.
Oh, come on, Ulysses. You know that's not part of the contract. We're not
The
supposed
fuck
to
you
ask
saying my name for?
questions. He said it like literally 5 minutes ago.
He did.
I believe you introduced yourself. We're not supposed to ask questions on such things. It's part of the contract, remember? Now that we're signed onto it, we're not allowed to ask. Isn't that right?
I wouldn't tell you if it weren't information that seemed prudent. Now
Why
that
would
I've looked, you might look yourselves anyway.
Why would somebody want this?
Because information is an incredibly powerful tool when it's used correctly. Deals that shouldn't have been made, handshakes that shouldn't have been had, alliances that should not have been forged.
Interesting
or so my
thing
sources
for
say.
a bunch of ghosts to have.
It is. However, it's not something they'd steal for their own. They weren't hired, but they gave someone the opportunity to make an offer.
Well, you're a fixer. You have giant rats in your ceilings. Renoir's got them in the basement. He's got them upstairs.
Don't talk about her that way.
You have dealings with unsavory folk. You keep your ear to the ground on this one. Assuredly, if it goes up for auction, I'm sure you'll be the first to know.
Oh, I don't think it will go up for auction. Someone's already made an offer if they've done the job.
Interesting.
They do not do anything without a reason.
Do you know of anyone who runs with this gang specifically?
I know the name of their leader, at least what he calls himself, if rumors are to be true. Breaker. 7 feet of caution and consequence.
7. Not 8?
Not 8.
It's a damn shame.
Leonin man.
Really?
What'd you say?
A Leonin man. Lion man.
Well, I guess we'll go meet with this contact of yours in the belfry. And we'll get the job done. All will be right as rain. After all, it takes two to tango, am I right?
Indeed it does. When you get to the belfry, don't knock. Do not shout. Stand on the lowest stair and hum something honest. If she hears it, she'll let you in.
It's mysterious. I like it.
She is a mysterious woman.
What was her name again?
Chime.
Chime. In the belfry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are ugly. You're deformed. Well then, shall we?
You have 2 weeks.
2? You're so kind. Thank you very much, Mr. Wendell.
Your timeline is now mine. Anything else I can do for you all before you depart?
I'm gonna pour myself another drink on his bar cart. Anything? No?
I'm good.
Sounds good. You have a wonderful day, Mr. Wendell. I'm gonna walk out with the glass.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You too.
And I walk out of the private study, back down. No.
I assumed he knew our names from when we signed.
No, I'm standing here.
All right.
Because our names would have been written before they burned.
In front of him?
Yeah.
because
Just now? Yeah, that's
he
fine.
literally named us
Yeah.
1 to 1. Yeah.
No, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I would absolutely wait behind. I do not know if other people are just also leaving.
No, I'm tailing Damon. If Damon's walking out, I'm tailing him.
Yeah, I would have walked to the door, opened the door, glass still in hand. You have a wonderful day. Open the door and gesture for people to walk out, and I'd step out in the hallway and like wait for people to go so I can close the door behind them. And if you don't leave, I'll just stand there with my arm out.
We're gonna be here a while then, friend.
Oh, I have a drink.
It's needed.
He'll just walk to the door. Privacy is requested.
Oh, second dealings.
Who
New
can say?
business?
Damon.
New business.
Contacts.
Damon.
Wonderful. This is business. Good day to you.
Good day.
I'll see you when I see you.
I'll close the door.
Close the door.
I would just make eye contact as much as I can with you.
As
Like,
a
I would
roller.
just kind of like lock stare at him.
Is he staring at me?
Handsome as ever.
So while that's happening, and then I'll just kind of like slightly nod at him.
Like as Genevieve turns, smile on her face, looking at what's his face?
Wendell.
Alistair?
Alistair. Turn, make eye contact with Ulysses, and just
Y'all do a great job of looking at me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you need?
I have a question for our benefactor
Do you
that I
need
would like to.
backup?
No, backup?
That's what I'm attempting to communicate. Is are you okay? Do you need help?
If he wanted me dead, I would be dead.
I'm just trying to help, just making sure.
If he wants me dead, I will be.
If I wanted any of you dead, you wouldn't have made it to the door.
Probably would have poisoned the drink, likely.
No, I would have had guards come out and kill all of you in the foyer. You wouldn't have made it to my office.
I don't think you've ever been inside a manor of such splendor before that you are, unfortunately, blissfully, sweetly unaware, Mark II, of how many folks right now I'm certain have not just eyes but guns drawn for us. I wish only to ask a private question of our companion.
Fair enough.
If you'd like to await your friend in the foyer, please take the opportunity to gaze at the art gallery or any of the many books I have in my collection. Help yourself to a drink, whatever you'd like.
I won't need but a
Appreciate that.
moment of his time.
Yeah, and I'd step out then.
I'll push the door closed. Do you, John, want privacy?
I don't want to make him hobble out.
That's fair.
That feels bad.
That's
Close your ears.
I can.
Do you want the rest of us to leave?
But then DJ's in the cuck chair.
Actually, you know what? I kind of think that.
Yeah, no, if anything, that
Would
does
Mark
feel better.
just stand outside the door and wait?
Yeah. I don't mind. You won't matter.
Yeah, I'd probably just stand there.
Like, I mean, you couldn't hear from the other side of the door because it's soundproof, but, like,
Yeah.
I feel like you totally would be like, no.
I mean, I would follow y'all wherever you went. Like, I'm not just gonna stand there weirdly. But DJ does not feel like
face
needing
the
to
door,
crush his
just-
way out of here. So
Nah,
I'll just.
Voice get
everybody
out.
else,
Everybody else, get out.
get out.
Thank you.
Look, now I'm
the
not
mask
Mark
is off.
II.
That's fine.
Yeah, now I'm
Yeah,
not
this
Mark
is
II.
DJ. He's not in here. He can't interject. I have realized something. Something most important.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Is that for
Good.
Don?
Oh, you're tapping me. I thought you needed something. My bad. To be blunt, possibly.
All right.
Yeah, once everybody's gone and door is shut, I would step back and be right at, the precipice of his desk. I found something most intriguing about Black Mark's signature, sir. Something that I suppose befuddles me. I understand that it is bound by blood, yes?
Indeed.
Good to know. I ask you only one thing. As a man who spent many years in the depravity of Claire Lux, a train bound for Claire Lux would presumably have had a patron on the other end, awaiting said painting.
Almost assuredly. Especially one valuable of this nature.
One that has a secret ledger on it would go seemingly to a client that might in fact have connections with the Fey court inside Claire Lux.
Perhaps. Though it is also possible, given the number of people attempting to steal this,
Oh yes,
that was the point from the start.
oh yes. Of this I am aware keenly.
But yes, black marks are bound by blood. There is no escaping them.
Oh, I know.
You've dealt with them before then. Not your first rodeo.
Indeed. I think though I would be of better service to you, Mr. Wendell, if there was an honest agreement to be made. This ledger, the implications are quite clear. While you are a fixer, well, I can think of no name that would be more fitting to be on a ledger of fixers with details than perhaps your own. Do you need this, sir?
The painting.
Do you need this, sir?
No.
Fair. I ask only because the promise of its procurement, well versed in situations like this, it don't matter if the painting's destroyed, just needs to be delivered.
In this instance, I do need the painting.
I thought so. I hope, sir, that you remember when we return that this ledger is undamaged and unblemished.
I will remember that. Yes.
You have a good day, Mr. Wendell.
Take care, Mr. Ulysses.
Yeah, then I would just step to the door and open it and step back out. Blood, not name.
Correct. You are correct.
I enjoy DJ just.
What a fucked up thing to check in at.
Yeah.
Stocky mitts.
Stalky mitts.
Hey, stalky mitts. Without me.
just gonna throw a blanket over you.
I did it when you walked in.
Pull a blanket off him, bring him back to life.
Well, I'll have you stalky mitts.
It's like a bird. If we put, it's nighttime now.
Would the other 5 of you be doing anything or saying anything in the couple of minutes that Ulysses is alone in the room?
In his
It's
house?
a matter of 3 minutes.
Peek
I
around.
would
the
assume if there's
stuff.
like. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Hey, we're just gonna peek around at the stuff. You said to look at the.
Art, the books. Yeah.
Genevieve got sticky fingers.
Not
He
so
did
much
say
sticky
art
fingers.
and books.
I'm gonna examine the art.
Sure. Yeah.
Get a good look at it.
Get a good look at it. Okay.
I would walk up quietly next to Damon. Just, what in the hell was that? Damon. How long have we been working together? You know I love your charisma. You know
Do it.
uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama Luke.
Do you understand what's on the line right now? Do you?
Never gave it up. Not for a second.
Damon,
I don't bend the knee to motherfuckers like that.
Oh, that's great for you. If you're working solo, there's more of us now. It's not just me and you anymore. Hell, it's not just you, Damon. That could have been really dangerous.
You know that I would never put any of you in a position.
I don't think you would intentionally.
No. And if I ever did, I'd be the one to jump in front of it.
And that's really noble of you, Damon. But 2 of us with gunshot wounds on our chest is not going to help either of us. I appreciate what you do.
Oh,
I
no,
know.
but one of us. It would only be one of us.
Damon, I appreciate what you do. You've looked out for me more than a lot of others have. But I'm scared. More than I ever have been. Just be mindful is all.
How long you been out here?
I hope to be out here longer.
Did I ever teach you rule number 37?
I can't keep track of the rules, Damon.
Never let them see you sweat. Even if it's hotter than the devil's fire. I'll take care of it. Drink?
Enough with the drinks, and I walk away. Put the drink down.
It's lemonade.
They don't have to see you sweat, but they don't have to see you drinking their drinks either.
It's lemonade. It's fresh. Squeezed it myself. Fey lemons.
But if he doesn't drink, he might sweat.
That was private.
Oh.
They were like real hush hush because of the cake.
Your face in the door.
Now you would just see me
Where
go,
is
it's
Ulysses?"
lemonade.
Barry, would you be doing anything in the interim?
I would have like a small scrap of like random paper and charcoal and sketching out like the high-tech rust like frames or any decorative stuff.
Like the
just
big like
being
rust statue
inspired.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just very rough sketches.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that
Trying to be polite about it.
yeah. I would say as you're wandering around and like sketching that stuff that
So you animate
if
it.
the 2 of you would like to have a conversation since you're both looking at the same things, you're welcome to. If you don't, that's fine.
Oh, well, we're both hard of hearing, so.
You're gonna have to speak up.
If not, that's okay.
I'd be just wandering the room. Like,
Pass Barry. Be careful letting them see you draw. They know there's a forgery here. We don't want them to tie it back to us somehow.
look at my drawings. I look at her. Wow.
Little
Why,
stick
thank you. I did not think that they would think of me like that in that prestigious manner.
It's like preschool doodle.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, look at that little guy.
Very rough.
Rust.
Out of politeness, though, I would put it away. Okay. Like I got enough.
Look at this
Doodles
beautiful
2,
wolf
3,
forged
like,
man.
little inspired.
Okay.
We don't know whose eyes are on us.
I appreciate you looking out for me.
And continue
Wandering.
wandering, making mental sketches of the.
Yeah.
How many paintings are in this?
Like 10. It's a tall ceiling.
Anything noteworthy?
They're all beautiful pieces of artwork, but nothing that's like rare or noteworthy.
Do any of them have a theme? Like, does he have a liking to any
Nudes.
sort of...
Tasteful
maybe.
nudes.
Not
Dongs everywhere.
untasteful.
It's just random wildlife.
City,
Tons of micro penises.
Yeah.
Just only
cityscapes with no people.
There you go.
No children of any kind.
My kind of painting.
Is this a city surrounded entirely by water? Beautiful.
No, there's nothing like they seem not to be like not mismatched, but they don't like fit together in the sense of like these paintings all to go together to form like a collection.
like they're eclectic.
Yeah, they're very eclectic. Yeah. Kind of very similar to the rest of like the art collection with the statues and everything else. It's very eclectic.
Okay.
Yeah. Mark II, would you be doing anything or just standing, waiting, guard?
I wouldn't have stood like right at the door, but I would have stayed nearby the door for Ulysses to come out.
Okay.
I'm here if
So
you
once
need me.
he came out,
Well, when I open the door, I would loudly say, in the process of opening it, I would kind of like halfway open the door, halt, and then over my shoulder look back at him and say, now, if there's a lot of forgeries of this passing around, how are we going to ascertain the veracity of whatever one we do find from the glass jars? If there is secret ink on the back, how are we supposed to know?
He reaches into his desk,
Need a pair of them peepers.
He
pulls
looks
out
like this.
pulls out a pair of peepers and walks them over to you. Double click on the top.
It's the secret inscription on
Fancy.
the back.
Very fancy.
Indeed.
I'll pocket them.
Observe. Do not read.
Understood.
Thank you.
Do not.
Very welcome.
I got an intelligence score -1. I can't read.
You guys are all in the foyer.
howdy,
Howdy, Mark II. My beloved, it has been so long.
everything all right?
I am fine and dandy, am I not?
We are here together.
Are you going to give a sermon?
I have not, but I
Dearly
can.
beloved.
We are gathered here together.
Did you get what you came for?
Hello. How else do you start a sermon?
You
must-
already started it, Mark II.
Oh, I'm in it.
You are.
Oh,
it?
and then the hellfire.
That's pretty good.
That's a natural born cleric.
There
right
we go.
there. He gonna multi-class. Whatever that means.
Did you get what you
shall-
came for?
I'll just tap the pocket where I put the peepers.
Off we go.
Gotta make sure we find the right paint this time.
Well, we're limited for time, so let's get to stepping.
I'm gonna keep looking at these paintings, not knowing that I can't hear.
Yeah.
So, how am I supposed to know that they're talking about leaving?
Scoop her by the belt.
Yeah.
Come on.
Get the leash.
Step out of the house, back into the high spire. Where are you all headed?
Well, we need to go to the fucking belfry by the cistern tunnels on the northern edge.
Yeah.
In Soot Towers.
Yeah. You guys head back down across the same bridge that you came across to get to the high spire. Make your way back to the cistern tunnels. Yes.
On our way there, I'm gonna casually keep watch out to make sure we're not getting tailed.
Sure. Make a perception check for me.
I didn't see fucking shit. 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's Beacon's End. There's eyes on everyone here
My
from
passive
somebody.
is 13,
But
if that helps.
it doesn't seem like anybody in particular is paying you more mind than the wandering eyes of all folks here.
Telescope's fixed.
Yeah, his telescope's pointed.
Zooms in like 2 feet behind us.
This giant eyeball.
I don't know. A realistic eyeball at the end of the telescope. I don't see a fucking thing.
I've been debating on if I want Mark II to have human hands.
Not yet.
Because that.
That's awful.
Not yet.
Probably not. But
What do you mean?
Skin hands.
yeah,
Skin hands.
Skin gloves.
Would you want to trade?
tactile.
While we are walking over, though, I would give Berry the golden peepers
Okay,
for her analysis and looking over.
sure.
Okay.
I bestow upon you these spectacles.
Oh my. These are quite. I'll be like turning it around.
Figured it's something for you in your spare time to analyze and possibly recreate for us in the future.
I assume from such a man like he is, I'm gonna put this in my safe pocket and bury it
Deep into the
deep
marsh.
in like my pockets, my pocket of pockets.
Yeah, you bury the peepers in your pocket of pockets.
Marsupial pocket of holding.
I love.
Very good. Anybody else doing anything as you walk? You're welcome to speak, of course, in any.
Head is on a swivel. I am
Yeah.
nervous as all fucking
Sure.
get out.
You want to make a perception check?
I would love to make a perception check.
Absolutely, go for it.
Oh no.
That's what we love to hear.
I don't see fucking shit.
I don't see fucking shit. What am I doing? Perception?
Yeah.
13.
13? Okay. Yeah, pretty much the same as Damon. There's always people watching, whether it be the Ironvale Enclave or just people that are looking in your direction, but it doesn't look like anybody is following you in particular.
So, when we get to this chime person, what exactly are we giving her?
Well, based on what,
Mr. Wendell.
thank you, Mr. Wendell, based on what he said, she will name her price.
No, I think she accepts payments in the form of truths or songs. So
He said, price isn't coin.
right, it's with truths and songs.
It's a song to get in.
Yeah, it's a song.
It's
Hum
truths
something
and
true
secrets.
to get in.
That's what she deals in.
We'll get there eventually. We collectively will make up a whole brain cell.
This
We'll
is
get
what
there.
this is what happens
I'm nervous.
when I'm trying to eat an egg and y'all are trying to figure things out that happened about 15
Damon just has a
minutes ago.
hard-boiled egg in his, in his hand.
I got it from this guy Reese.
Shut up. Ew.
It's Reese's egg.
You stole an egg.
Yeah. Eric Okra, man. It's delicious.
Yeah, I thought she didn't accept coins, she accepted favors and sounds, so I thought that it was a...
Now it's favors and sounds.
Well, now I'm reading my notes!
Secrets.
Information.
Sure,
Information.
sure. But either way, we're gonna have to give it something.
All right.
Perhaps we try and figure that out before we get there and start saying things that we shouldn't say in front of a creature that collects these things.
Well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say this was a hag of some kind.
I was gonna guess a Kanku, but that's why you're the brains of this.
Have you dealt with many hags?
One or two, not here. They're much stronger here. I've dealt with some more low level, like
level 3?
still building the coven type of thing.
Let's see, we talking. Nothing.
Well, there was a burr hag, there was a green hag. They typically deal in favors, oaths, that sort of thing.
And what information are we trying to receive here?
We're trying to find out where we can find these glass jaws.
There's someone who
You
might
see,
know.
there's a funny thing about not only just hags, but the Fey in general that I'm sure you already know, that they deal in knowing things. And when they know it, they own it. There's power to a name. There's power to information. It seems a lot like what we're going to be walking into right about here.
Which leads me back to my first question. What are we bartering with? Do we even have anything of note?
I got plenty of things that won't hurt nobody. Like I said, I'm not from here.
Do they carry the weight then if they're not from here?
But to have an inside on the outside, that's worth something. And from my time back where, from what I can remember, my time topside, seems like a lot of these motherfuckers wanted to get out of here. It was my job to put the back.
Here.
See? Yeah.
So what downside?
Upside, left side, right side,
Inside?
outside.
I think
What's the upside?
Chime will name the price when we get there.
That is a downside.
Our best bet is get the price from Chime directly.
Don't none of you feel like you need to give anything up is all I'm saying.
When are you gonna stop taking bullets for everyone?
When I'm fucking dead.
Boy's got a bit of a death sentence. You learn to love it.
You can still take bullets when you're dead. I would just hold
My point exactly, my friend. My patina fella, you were smarter than you let on. That's exactly what I was thinking. He's turning green. I made him blush.
We're all gonna die, aren't we?
Someday, ideally.
That's the spirit.
Woo! Off the mortal coil.
Whee!
On to something bigger and better is what my friends used to say.
Or outside the inside.
Yeah. That ain't the end.
You saw that?
What just happened?
You just on to the
I think
next
we
better,
already saw a
better thing.
ghost. That's what happened.
Probably.
The little white, like, nodule thing
yeah.
fell.
Dongle.
The dongle.
Nah, it was
Okay.
ghost.
That's my friend, Dongle.
He wasn't even on camera, so nobody.
Donnie Gull.
Donnie Gull.
He's from Donnie Gull.
So what we go, we talk to this Chime.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out where these glass jaws are, and then what? Burst in and say, "Hey,
I
we're
think
here. Give us the painting."
We have
We could be a little bit more.
we have the card.
You'd be a little bit more discreet than that.
I think
They
you're
might-
putting the cart before the horse. We don't know where the fuck they are, what we're walking into. I think we should determine that once we have more information from Chime.
Could be a ransom though.
We've got 14 days.
I'm sure Chime's gonna want some favor, something, before she'll give us any information.
Ample time to learn from Chime and then discuss matters after.
Absolutely.
And the circus is in town.
Very
Still going
important
on.
fact that I still am glad you remember, Mark, dude. We'll have a good time at the circus again.
They let you throw dwarves there.
Did you get to witness any performance while you were there?
As I told you yesterday or earlier, I got to throw a dwarf.
Yeah, but like, did you witness the
I
performance?
witnessed me throwing a dwarf.
I hope this circus plays into something way bigger. I really do.
Life is a circus, my friend.
Life is a circus.
Man, you are a fucking clown. Oh god, I can't wait to
Help.
paint that mask so it looks like a clown. Oh my god.
This
Don's gonna hate it.
I'm gonna hate it.
You just take that one off, put a different one on.
We'll just paint it directly on the mask.
Just lipstick and blood. I'm telling you,
It'd be
man.
fucking
Telling you.
It
terrifying.
would. It would be awful.
Mark II, where were you? I thought you were sleeping. I went to the circus.
I was. I slept all night. On our way to the circus.
All right.
The circus?
You guys head back down through the cistern tunnels into the Narrows and out of the market in the Narrows, the Underflame market, to the northern side. far enough away to kind of lose the lively sounds of people bustling about, away from even some of the burned out buildings. You get to the edges of the cave walls where these black stone cliffs, the soot line, kind of climbs upwards towards the ceiling. And as you get here, you do see in the distance a very spindly metal and stone bell tower that kind of spirals its way up almost to the ceiling of the cave itself. And you guys begin ascending the Ashen Mountains towards this belfry tower. You can see that there is a bell in the bell tower. It's not ringing. It doesn't make any sound.
What color does it appear to be?
It looks like a brass.
So with it being old, is it like got
Yeah,
that green
it's got the like patina onto it. Yeah, it's old.
parts?
And you can see as you approach this belfry tower, the stairs, as described, are very like church-like stairs that lead to the entryway to this bell tower. The outsides of this belfry are lined with wires of various colors. There are like tuning forks and things hanging, just kind of slowly vibrating against the sides of the building, making different tones as you approach. There are of various sizes, various colors of metals. It's a weird, like, vibrating cacophony of noise. It's not loud. They're very quiet because they're tuning forks, but it's just a kind of, like, back and forth warbling that you're not used to hearing.
Is this similar to what is at like my church and what she was working on?
I would say not dissimilar. Yours are more like brain sticks with screams, but in the sense of like a kind of pseudo-religious whispery sounds,
okay.
a little bit, yeah. It's
Okay.
similar vibes, but
Okay.
yeah, no scream tubes.
Does the resonance of this hum remind me of a certain piece of metal from the desert?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you do kind of like pick out a frequency that just like drills through your ear a little bit, yeah.
And does this belfry look like it's a part of a bell tower to a church, or is it more so a belfry for like a town square type of deal?
It looks like a solo bell tower.
Okay.
Yeah, no church attached to it.
Is the air here still, or is there a breeze that's moving these?
There's a breeze
these
because it kind of
forks.
whips and winds through the cistern tunnels. So it's not like still air down here.
And you said, but the bell is not.
The bell is not. You can see that it is like back and forth a little bit, but
But
is.
okay.
There's no sound coming out of it. Even with it, it's not. You're not sure if it's not moving enough to do that, or if it just doesn't ring. But it's drifting a little bit. But there's all kinds of like rust implements and wires wrapped around this bell tower.
Would I have any familiarity with any of this?
Yeah, I would say that these are things that like the elder scrabblers would use when they're trying to like listen to the stars and like listen to the resonance
Okay.
of the world. I think it would play a little bit more into like that religious aspect of it, of them trying to like listen to the resonance. I think they would like ring them and then like stick them into the ground to kind of
Okay.
find burrows and things.
I'm understanding this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of the vibe that you would be familiar with it with.
Like
a
fine-tuning frequencies.
fine-tuning
with
frequencies, yeah.
with the
Yeah.
surroundings.
Yeah. I think that's what
Would
Barry
this
would know
be
about.
like basically a security tower then? Is this or is this like underground that you can detect things
The tower
from?
itself or the like the resonance aspect of it?
Yeah.
I don't think you would think of it as a security measure. I think you would think of it more as a like just listening to the like if every object, every person
It's a place to
it's a
listen.
place to listen. If every person, every object has a different resonance to their soul, there's a litany of different sized tuning forks and different metals
So,
made of
place of
gems.
meditation.
Place of meditation, place for listening.
It's a peaceful area.
it's peaceful, but this is a place for listening, not a security thing. Yeah.
Anyone know any songs? Any
No.
singers in this group?
No songs, you simply have to hum something honest.
Beep, boop, boop, bop.
I think it's might more be like when you hum and you like, when an engine purrs that certain weird vibration and you try to hum the same tune and it goes that weird noise when you synchronize. Try to do that with this.
You have to stand on the
start
first
going,
step.
You have to hum true.
Yeah, Barry steps forward and begins to like hum kind of vibrating tones back and forth. And a second goes by and the door of the belfry creaks open and a like wild-haired elven woman with like huge spectacles sticks her head out.
Ha. Oh.
Come in. She just turns and pulls her head back in.
I look over my shoulder. I'm like,
Give you a thumb up.
I guess
you're
your
inch forward.
your song
towards
was
her.
true.
Well,
You may speak.
okay.
How about now?
I'll introduce myself. My name is Barry, and this place is quite interesting. I did not expect me to disturb you, but thank you for inviting me inside.
Of course. Your friends can come in.
Okay. No, you guys can come in.
We're just standing outside going, oh.
So you all walk in, she just... And you see out of her ear is a, like, gemstone, like, earbud that's just inserted into her ear, and there are various bits of echo wire with tuning forks on the end of it that she just, like, keeps adjusting as you guys are walking forward. She is dressed in, like, moth-eaten velvet and a mixture of, like, fine clothing and very similar to, like, what Barry has with, like, salvage harnesses and stuff. She just covered in, like, things. Metal chimes, like, weird metal bracelets made of, like, metal fragments and things. She has, like, very similarly goggles on her forehead, similar to what Barry has. She is just, like, an eclectic mix of stuff.
Bunch of things to resonate with.
Yeah, a bunch of things to resonate with. Her eyes are completely stark white, with a like bioluminescent glow to her irises.
Okay.
Chime.
Thank you. We were actually looking for you. But we love these songs.
Continue.
I don't want to disturb when you're tweaking your,
No, it's okay. Your speech does
your
not
little
interrupt my
forks.
resonance.
Oh, you are, pretty practiced, it seems.
Yes.
Are you looking for someone, or are you
Not looking for anyone. Listening.
listening? Yes, listening for someone, or certain. Is there a storm approaching, or?
No. No storms. Just listening to everything.
Oh, fantastic.
She like turns and rushes over to the wall and begins like pulling a chain where another like ring of echo forks kind of scrapes along the outside of the tower and makes a
Oh my god, this is my
sound.
ADHD personified. I'm just listening to
I was gonna say,
everything.
does Andy look fucking like triggered right now?
Chell does. No, I mean, I didn't.
They're not scream tubes, but like she's listening to fucking space and shit and air.
Then Barry's a gasp.
Yeah.
I would say she's just like, I have so many questions, but I don't want to be rude.
What is all of this?
This is how I listen.
To what?
Resonance.
Which is.
Everything makes a sound. Vibration, whispers carried through the air. Rust has a vibration. People have vibrations.
We were told to find you in hopes of gathering some information.
Yes.
Ooh, like a soul.
Yes.
Soul
Souls.
has a resonance.
Souls have resonance.
Yeah,
You can't hide from your vibrations.
What does a soul typically sound like?
Everyone's so different. They are unique. It is how you can pinpoint someone in a crowd.
What's your sound like?
It's private information. I would never give that up.
Oh, well,
If you do not want to listen, I cannot tell you.
What,
You can hear your own soul.
what does my soul sound like?
She kind of looks at you a little bit and adjusts something.
Frequency?
She like tunes the tuning forks and like points one of them in your direction. Like a wide open echo. But there is something behind it, lingering, like a low rumble in the dark.
What do you, we need you to find a person or a group.
Yes.
We're looking for member of the Glass Jaws.
Ha! Glass jaws.
Yeah.
Weird resonance.
You see, we got this card.
They have no resonance.
None
They
of
have no
them?
resonance.
No.
Are they undead?
No, they mask their resonance, noise in chaos, static, absence of sound, silence amongst the static, yes. Hard to track
Is this a skill that is learned?
if you know how to listen. She just
Are you
tweaks them.
able to
I'll
hear
immediately look at Genevieve
their
with that.
silence?
Yes,
Skill to be learned.
but it is hard to locate. Hard to find the exact silence. Other people have silence, trying to replicate the perfect silence.
If you had
Difficult.
more information on a specific one, could you tune in to that specific silence?
I'd need to hear the silence to find the silence.
I can't tell you that he's a Leonin man named Breaker.
I don't know that we need the leader of the Glass Jaws.
That's the only one we got.
Wherever he is.
I think
It's-
we just need a member to start.
It's collective silence. Names don't matter. I can't find a person by a name. I find a person by their resonance, but they don't have resonance. It's a collective silence in an area.
So if there's a collective silence in a concentrated area, can you point us in that direction?
Like a dead zone.
Yes, but there are many dead zones in Beacon's End. Hard to pinpoint the exact
Right.
tweaking of silence. And she like rushes over to like a large, not filing cabinet, but just like a large shelf with like half pull-out drawers that have like herbs and something that would store like herbs and like essences in them. She peels it back and she's just like funneling through stuff. She's like picking out long strands of very similar metal like fragments that she has on her wrist and is like looking at them, putting them back. She pulls out little chips, like circular chips similar to the like vibration things that Barry handed out to your friends. She puts that back. She reaches into her shirt and pulls out like a strand, like a huge fucking key ring of these little discs, and is like rapidly spinning through them. You can keep asking questions.
How does one listen for souls?
You have to learn.
How did you learn?
I had a gift. I've always known how to listen. Hard to teach.
Okay.
So you can't learn.
Can learn. Difficult to teach. Not impossible.
While she's rifling through stuff, I'm gonna close my eyes and just try and focus on the room and just listen.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
don't know if
make
it's gonna do anything,
a perception check, I guess. Yeah.
7.
Yeah, it's a weird, like, it's not loud. It's just a weird frequency mix of, like, hums. It's very hard for you to pick out, like, any particular hum. It's just kind of, like, warbling back and forth. It's
like
really
a
difficult.
cacophonous.
Yeah, but it's weird because it's, like, a cacophony of silence. Like, it's really odd.
Does my arm feel any different being in here?
To you, no.
Okay.
It's a little chilly.
Keeps peering through.
As Barry, I would be making, like, out of, like, my fine jewels that it would have a very cute but quickly affixed, like, bracelet of my fine jewels and be like, thank you for... Or, I'll give it to her and be like, thank you. I just want to say, here you are. I see you appreciate fine jewelry.
Yes.
I appreciate your kindness and giving us these informations. I'll hand that over.
And she reaches out and takes it from you gently. And she, like, immediately adds it to her band of stuff, and she reaches through, pops open one, and hands it back to you.
It's like a Taylor Swift concert. Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
I think that one will
bad blood.
resonate.
Really quick.
I think that one will resonate with you.
Much
She just,
appreciated.
like, grabs your hands.
I hold hers.
Chimes version?
You just have to know how to listen. You seem like you might.
I can listen harder.
It's not about how hard you listen, it's where you listen and how you listen.
You listen.
Look at those ears and whiskers. They can pick up on those frequencies real easy, right?
I guess. I haven't
Whiskers
really
might help.
paid much attention to it. I mean, it does help when I'm trying to get to places or find the little mechanical part that's just making that weird tape, you know? That tick-tock, tick-tick. And I'm just like...
I'm addicted to it, that
I don't
TikTok.
Hey now.
I don't think I know that bit, but
Try listening to the bracelet in the dark, under the stars, next time you're out of the city. The silence of the world helps you focus on resonance.
I much will do so, because that will help me maybe find some answers.
Have you found the glass jaw's silence before?
Yes, curious silence, voids of resonance.
Have you noticed it in any one place in particular?
Not in the city, there are too many resonance voids. Outside of the city recently, passing by the mesa.
how do you know how to identify? Like, have you met any of the glass jaws before to be able to attribute that silence to them?
No, but similar resonance.
To what? How do you know? Where-
Patterns. There are, and she reaches around and pulls out like this key ring of like these little discs. These are echo tags. They store resonance, so that way I can find the resonance. Other people came for the glass jaws, had an echo tag, but echo tag was stolen.
When did they come?
The people looking for the glass jaws,
Yeah.
a month or so ago. I had them on me when I went into town to search for something. There was a raid. They were stolen by the Iron Veil Enclave. You can get the tags back. I can find your glass jaws. I can listen to their lack of resonance.
Why would the Enclave want these tags from you?
Valuable relics, things that don't want to be found.
And where do they come from?
Echo tags?
Yes.
Rust. Everything has a resonance, even rust. Your hand has a resonance, though you do not hear it. All the objects in your pocket have a resonance.
Don't be resonating with what's in my pockets all that much, all right? It might do yourself a favor.
What's that vibrating in your pocket?
I don't mean to be forward. I am not listening to specifics, but they are around.
You said she's an elf.
Yeah.
She's like regular shaped elf ears.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Satellite dishes. Satellite dishes.
Well, I mean, she said that, you know, since you've got the good ears and the whiskers, that you might do well at a job like this. And I was just thinking if Yule, I won't say his name, also has big ears and whiskers, is that offensive?
I mean, I like my whiskers. My ears are kind of just normal-like, so I mean...
A little curious about your commentary.
She wants to know if you can hear real good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would
wouldn't-
assume I haven't met many folk like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if your legs are longer, you typically could run faster. I assume if your ears are bigger, you might be able to hear better.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're able to pick up on some of the resonance that's going on in this here tower, I wasn't sure if you could hear things.
But that is if it is something that he subscribes to.
I mean, I don't have ears, but I can hear.
I mean, that's not to say that you can't hear.
Are his bolts rattling while we're in here?
Not
Set to
that
vibrate.
you can hear.
Just hit him with one of the
I'm gonna
tuning
turn
forks.
to Ulysses. Hey, should I mention the... I open them, like, so we can peer and see the goggles that he gave me.
The glasses?
Yeah.
What would she need them for? Can't afford to trade them better. We need them. But she might appreciate them. She seems quite nice.
You might be able to know how it worked.
Seems fair to me.
Are you saying, like, yes? Kind of? Or no?
I'm saying you trust within your heart.
Just don't make the wrong choice, is what he's saying.
You do whatever you want,
Yeah.
as long as it's correct.
There's only one answer, and it's the right one. What are you doing?
Maybe I shouldn't act so fast.
I think your intuition is onto something, Barry. She seems like quite a nice, friendly folk.
It seems as all these are made out of such special materials, and I feel like this has something of that sort.
I agree. That's why I gave it to you. I'll put it in your hands because I trust you with it. Snap! Now I can't fuck it up.
It's gone.
We get nothing.
Oh, Chime,
Yes.
may I interest you in inspecting something very special to me for a favor?
Of
Just
course.
to know how this mechanics work. It might be something similar to what you have in this room here.
Sure.
And I'll pull out the...
And she
Glasses.
reaches both her hands forward.
Here you go.
And she steps backwards and leads you over to like what looks like a globe, and she flips the top of it open and places it's a mini bar. She places the glasses into like a floating vortex of kind of like a laser matrix of different colored light, and the glasses float there like almost against gravity, and she just kind of spins them slowly to hear how they whir through the air.
I'm sitting there trying to listen.
Yeah, make a
Just
make a perception check.
Where's my dice? Oh.
do possum do that little head tilt thing?
I like to think they do.
They kind of just do that, I think.
But I know foxes do it. I feel like Ulysses might.
What if I had tilt?
Yeah.
I would say I do it in a fashion so no one notices.
Rolled a 10. I don't know what my thing is.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, I'd like to roll a stealth check for my head tilt.
1. Yoink.
It's very noticeable.
16.
It's pretty good.
It's a sneaky ass.
It's my
head tilt.
passive perception.
Well,
What is? How do I do this?
So you rolled, and then we want to look at that plus.
Oh, down here.
Yep.
So +3, so 13.
13? Okay. Yeah, I would say that you definitively, like, a little bit are overwhelmed by the other echoey sounds and vibrations in the room, but you, like, really try to focus. You, like, close your eyes and focus on just the glasses in front of you. And you get, like, almost whispers in the back of your mind of, like, like little twinkles and whispers that kind of fade in and out, differently from the other sounds in the room. The glasses, they see things.
Yeah.
Things that aren't there, not visible to... She just points at her eyes. And she
Interesting.
spins it the other way and pushes a button, and you see along the rim of the glasses, she, like, grabs your, like, shoulder and pulls you in, like, real close to her face. And just, like, points at the glasses and just, like, moves her finger very lightly under the rim, like the upper rim of the glasses where the glass meets the top of the frame. And you can see that there are tiny little runes carved into the... into like the underside of the frame, carved out of like carved into little pieces of rust that run along the top of the frame. That's what makes them work. What makes them see.
This is just quite so interesting and fantastic. I can't believe that this is... Thank you.
Of course. She plucks them from the spiraling anti-gravity and just gingerly hands them back to you.
I take them very gingerly from her. I fix them in my pocket again.
So just to clarify, we need to go find this person that stole the echo chip. Correct?
Yes.
So now we're dealing with the Iron Enclave.
They'll be in
Signal tower at night.
18. They would be in the sorting annex, edge of the city. The Iron Veil, when they abscond with items, they take them there, bring weavers, people to investigate the importance of objects before they send them where they need to go.
What's it called? The sorting?
Sorting
Annex.
annex,
In which edge of the city?
the northern end of the city. Less guarded than the signal tower. Still guards, but less guns. More secrets.
So the Enclave can just confiscate these items just because they want them?
Yes. Anyone can confiscate anything from anyone if they want it enough.
Well, sure, it's usually called stealing when you do that.
Yes.
Less so confiscation. What authority do they have to do so?
They have spears. They guard the city. They keep an eye out for illicit activities. Often do not intervene unless there is something that needs intervention. They are silent watchers, not guards. They do as they please,
So mercenaries.
more or less. They observe.
And they just caught you out with these tags.
No, there was a raid on a bar. They took things from everyone.
And you had them on your person while you were in this bar?
Yes, I'd just been given them. Caught in the crossfire.
Was anything else taken?
Other things from other people, but only those from me. Not before I heard the resonance.
What bar?
Hooters, actually.
Y'all have a good evening. I gotta get.
I gotta go.
I gotta go see those owls.
It's a bunch of alpha.
It's actually a really dignified place.
Welcome to Wisdom Shell bestow upon me great gifts this evening.
Welcome to Hooters. Will you be dining alone?
Are the marbles in the mouth like part of the entrance fee, or?
Who said anything about marbles?
I hate you.
Sir, this is a Hooters.
Oh, so it's field mice.
Please act dignified while you're here at Hooters.
Grinning house.
Whole new meaning to mechanical bull. Just a word forge minotaur. I'm sorry. I'll see myself.
Don, write that down. Don, write that down. That's a good one, actually.
You said the Grinning House?
Yes.
It was taken.
Isn't that where the circus was?
It was taken by a man named Jerry. Jerry Demita.
What? Shut up. We have to stop.
The fucking worst.
John, can I ask why you were in this bar?
Listening.
To anything in particular? You just like going out and...
Getting substances, they help me to listen. Help me to hear.
Like hooch.
And was this just a night out on the town for you, or was there a specific reason you were...
Meeting the person that delivered the echo tags.
So that's where you met with them?
Yes.
Is their identity,
Didn't get a name. Resonance.
Is there... sorry. Is there a tune to which you can copy or replicate someone's resonance?
Yes. And she just like pulls up the echo chips. Or the echo tags.
Would you mind playing that echo tag for us from the glass jaws?
Once I have them back, yes.
All right.
Yeah, there was
That's
stolen.
what was stolen, so we gotta get it.
someone took the,
But do you know what it
CDs.
sounds like?
If I heard it again, I could find it again. But there are other voids of silence in Beacons, and it is hard to pinpoint which void is their void.
What do these echo tags look like?
Just literally like almost brass coins, but they look like they are made out of like rust metal.
they're hit clips.
Yeah, yeah. They're basically
Very,
yeah,
flat, thin
yeah.
discs.
They're basically like the
gonna
like
be
NFC
me.
tags. Like there's little scraped like wire marks in them. So they're not just like pieces of metal. There's very little like micro. Yeah, similar to that. They're like weird little micro scratches into it, like a QR code almost.
It's a record.
Yeah,
It's a CD.
it's a CD.
Tiny CD.
Yeah.
You like
it's
CDs?
it's a hit clip.
nuts.
CD's nuts. I'm done. Done first.
But yes, when I have the echo tags, I can help you to listen.
Thank you.
Does she, based on how she moves and how she, like how her eyes move, does it look like she can see?
Yeah.
The ones who you met up with, what do they look like?
I didn't read their face. Only their resonance.
Would you have their resonance?
Yes.
Would you care to give me a listen? To the ones who you met with?
Yeah, she rushes over to that same wall and starts filtering through things.
I'm the best.
She rushes back over and like grabs you by the shoulder and pulls you back to that same globe and puts the echo tag in it and spins it. Make a perception check for me. I'll give you advantage.
20 and then plus 3, 23.
Damn. All right.
I really want to listen.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
This is your future.
Is that the first crit of the campaign?
I think so.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So she spins this, and you. It's almost as if the like blood rushes from your ears, and there is just silence around you except for the humming of this echo tag. It is a very low rumbling vibration, almost like thunder rippling across the plain. And there are higher frequencies dancing above it, like almost like wind chimes, like crystal wind chimes. And they start high and then they sink down and mix with this low resonance and then soar back up to the top. And they just kind of take a slow up and down pattern. And she stops it and pulls the coin out.
This is... I never heard something so fantastical. This is just beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Haunting at the same time. You must understand so much from these sounds.
It's not necessarily what you understand, but it's what you perceive. I hear many things. How to put them together is another story. That takes questions. Things that people ask, I can connect the dots, but things I don't put together on my own, there are too many pieces scattered around.
Is there things you're listening for you? Or always for other people?
I listen for me so that I can continue to listen, a service that I provide to others.
Silence.
I find peace in the resonance. I listen for a purpose, but I listen for peace. She points at the bracelet that you strung together for her. When you put something together, how do you know how to do it? What do you listen for? The sound you made on the stair. An engine.
I just have a lot of free time. And, well, mental free time when I'm building, and I just need to fill the air. It becomes uncomfortable, especially when all the little kind of rabblers all getting into my space and messing up my thing. Anyway, I need to get that. Need something to cover it up, and sometimes it just helps to hum along.
But when you build, do you see the picture in your mind before you build it, as you're building it?
Yes, I could see the whole blueprint, the 3D image of where things are, how to get to it.
That, my dear, is a type of resonance. You listen to the resonance of the things around you, the strands of fate, the weave of time, drawing you in a direction, taking things that are not meant to be put together and weaving them together, combining their resonance.
I think I'm beginning to understand. Much more so why you would help other people, because you have all this information.
Yes,
A translator, if
precisely.
you will.
Yes. She rushes back over to the cabinet and gingerly places the echo tag back where it was. Reaches over, pulls another strand as you hear the same wind chimes from outside scrape along the belfry tower and go upwards. She turns and just looks towards Damon for a moment. Why do you close off your resonance?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Not quite a void. Dulled.
You said everyone's different. Maybe mine's just quiet.
I think you are afraid for others to see you for who you are. In a trusting sense, not in a bad sense.
You would need to be one that understands yourself too truly to do that.
Perhaps you understand yourself.
Yes, to understand, but to know. And I don't think I know.
Many people understand but do not know.
Yes, many people know, but do not understand.
Just trying to out Pizza the Hut right now.
Consider opening up your resonance to your friends. It could help you,
Could.
even if you hide it from strangers.
Let me see your noises.
I showed you my noises, please respond.
Oh. Mine are far too complicated.
Complicated resonance is often the most beautiful.
No, it's dissonant.
Dissonant indeed.
Yeah. Conflicting.
Dulled, but dissonant. Yes.
Maybe.
Very hard to hear. You hide it well.
Thank you.
That wasn't a compliment.
And I'll stop.
Stop hiding it? Okay. Interesting. Do you want to know what it sounds like?
You tell me. Because I know what it sounds like to me.
I'm trying to listen just to just
I know what I think it sounds like.
What does Damon think it sounds like?
Yeah.
donuts.
That's my resonance.
This is a really niche thing.
Yeah.
You ever like drag like when your finger's just a little bit moist?
Mm-hmm.
You ever drag your finger across a big sheet of metal
Yeah.
and it goes and then it starts like screeching at a certain
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, like almost like a didgeridoo mixed with like a screech. Like
Yes.
that very low warbling.
Yes.
That
It's the
kind
low
of,
warble, but with like that high pitched
yeah,
metal.
yeah, the like
screech
nails
over
on
top of it.
chalkboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that you describe that sound. Yes, but there is more to it than that. There is a melody behind the static.
It's all noise to me.
Perhaps if you learned how to listen to your own resonance, you might find peace in it. She reaches, pulls an echo tag. Do you want to record your resonance?
If you think it useful. Nothing comes for free, though.
If it's useful to you, I would not keep the tag.
Oh, I'd insist that if you record, you keep one for yourself.
You want to be traceable like that?
Mine is unique after all.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
Easier to find.
Easier to pick out.
May I ask how you've been collecting these echo tags? Have you been recording them yourself with these people's permissions?
She gestures to the string of tuning forks hanging around everywhere. There's like hundreds of them from floor to ceiling, inside and outside of the tower. These resonate with particular individuals at certain times. I capture them at certain moments. Finding a person's resonance. No one gives permission for their resonance. It is everywhere.
Interesting.
It is why I get away from the city. I need to truly listen. Too much noise.
Then maybe two. One for me, and one for my friend Barry over here. Start your collection.
All right. She reaches up and unhooks a particular tuning fork. If you'd remove your hat.
Another hat.
It's a smaller hat.
She walks over to a small holy water bowl almost full of a very smoky incense filled liquid, and she gingerly dips the tuning fork into this oil and walks over to you and traces symbols on your head and around underneath where your hat was. And then she reaches over and slams the tuning fork down into a small stone spot on the floor, and you hear it slightly vibrate, and you feel a very, very, very slight chill where the oil was rubbed on your head. So slight that you're not even certain if it's just the cold oil that has been anointed onto your skin, or if it's actually some sort of magic or something else. And as she holds the tuning fork aloft, she pulls from in her collar 2 echo tags and slips them into the tuning fork. And the tuning fork vibrates and then stops. She pulls them out gingerly and hangs it back up, reaches out, splits them apart. Now you can listen to your resonance. Become in tune with it.
And through this, you say I'll find peace.
It depends on what you're looking for.
I guess that's to be discovered. And I'll flick my coin in the air, and it'll make that beautiful cling.
Yeah.
Catch it.
She pulls another thing and another chain of them goes up into the air. Do you want me to capture your resonance, dear? Or do you prefer to listen to that yourself?
As an expert yourself, almost like a librarian with all this information, I feel like you would know. Do you think for me to have better practice, for me to discover it myself, to listen, like you said, in the nights of the deserts? Or
I think that you have his echo tag that will allow you to practice listening to resonance so that you might find your own. I do not think you need a tag of your own.
then I will not. I would want to ask another question.
Of course.
Are these residents able to be manipulated? Able to be changed? much how you can disguise your identity, much like how Damon here just. I didn't mean to say your name, but I did. It's already done. Like Damon, where he could soften it.
You can hide, dull your resonance with willpower, with magics, but you cannot truly hide from it. Your appearance can change, things about you can change, visual details, a name. Your identity can be completely different top to bottom, but your resonance, it is a map of all of the things you have been through as a person and all the things you will go through. It is not something that you can escape. It is your line of fate, your echo in the silence.
My echo in the silence.
Yes. All of the things from the day you were born till the day that you die are in your resonance.
Heard things that are dead have resonance.
Resonance fades rather quickly when you die. There is nothing more to resonate.
But
Only
you
the
can
echo.
listen to souls.
You can listen to objects.
Yes.
Certain objects, all objects.
It depends if they are alive.
What if we were looking for a painting?
It depends if the painting was alive.
Do you know of
Does
any
the
alive-
painting have rust in it?
That's
Is it made of rust? Or is it simply
Yes.
paper with inks?
We think it has rust in it, yeah.
I don't. I would have an exact description of this painting.
Yeah,
Would it have had any?
it's a painting. There's not specifically rust in it. There's like depictions of it, but not
There's
ingrained.
rust in it. There's a picture of rust in
Yeah,
it.
It's,
but there's not rust
Yes, but
implemented
There's rust
into
on
the
it,
painting.
not in it. On him?
But
So like that statue would have resonance.
what?
The statue
Oh,
in
oh,
Alistair's
yeah,
house
yeah.
because it's made out of rust. Things have
That
resonance.
one.
Rust.
Rust.
If the painting does not have rust, it is not alive. It does not have resonance.
rust is alive.
Rust has a resonance, yes. Until it runs out.
The painting we're looking for is the last Mesa?
Rust and Mesa
That's
embrace.
Rust and Mesa Embrace.
I don't often look upon paintings. If it does not have resonance, then I have not found it.
as far as I'm aware, it's paint on canvas.
Yeah. But yes, rust has resonance. Rust is alive. You might say it has a soul.
This is true. This is what you've been told, or you experience it. You feel it?
I hear
feel
it.
their souls?
I hear and feel the resonance. It is not anything that someone told me or showed me, but I can see it twisting in the dark. Each piece different. Your hand different from him. Different from the glasses in your pocket.
My head's spinning. I can't deny it. This is all too. People are taking a lot of rust mechanics and echo and using it up and putting their bodies with it, and
They merge their resonance with it. If the resonances are not in tune, then there is dissonance.
Have you heard any sounds of songs of Rust Madness?
Yes.
Is this
I've-
that dissonance you speak of?
Less dissonance, more a cacophony. An increased resonance. Louder,
Vibrating
faster.
higher?
Yes. Faster, louder, rippling, as if coming apart at the seams.
Would you say it even sounds like screams?
Yes. Depending on the resonance.
If a large amount of people were to experience this rust madness you speak of, what would that sound like?
A chorus from hell. Souls screaming out. Pleading for death.
Yep. Well, on that note,
Begging for release.
yep, nope, got that. I think we should probably move this field trip along to try and gather the things that we're looking for, personally.
Well, I would say to Chime, thank you for all of this pertinent information. I feel so fulfilled. I look at the bracelet and I will listen.
Good. I believe that you can hear the resonance if you try.
Is there a way I could let you know my further experiences?
I'll hear your resonance. I'll hear the path you go on as it changes.
That somewhat brings me some comfort. But don't listen too hard. Might do you a favor.
There is far too much to listen to for me to pinpoint one particular person unless I choose to tune into their resonance. But I will remember yours.
I hope to find yours.
If you listen hard enough, perhaps you may.
Do you care for visitors often?
As long as they respect the resonance. No knocking, no screaming.
No, wouldn't.
Just a tune at the door.
Wouldn't imagine it. I was simply asking for my dear friend over here.
Of course, you are welcome back anytime.
Thank you. So, is everyone set to go?
Chime, is there anything else that you need while we are in town? Any errands you need run? Food? Water? Drink?
Just the echo tags.
Alrighty.
I have all I need here.
Alright.
Thank you.
Straighten out my things and be like,
You ever listen to the resonance of a Alistair Wendell?
Yes,
What
I've
can
heard
you-
his resonance.
What can you tell me of this man?
His resonance is
Shady boots.
fiery, but not like a wildfire.
Calculated?
controlled ridges and ripples in the lower frequencies.
Interesting. You said only objects that are living have resonance.
Yes.
I'll look at Mark 2. Well, I guess that's good news.
It's a boy.
He is made of rust, and rust has a resonance. But there's, as I said, something more behind the resonance, banging against it.
That's just my my elbow joint. I've been meaning to get that looked at.
Kidnapped a dwarf at a
I threw a
circus.
guy.
He's in my
I
chest
tore my
canister.
rotator piston throwing a dwarf. That's probably what you're hearing. You know, it just for me to get it fixed, I'd have to be down for so long, and
Oh my god.
It is
Schedule
within
somebody to pick you up.
it is within your resonance, not within your physical form. A shadow knocking at the door.
Wow.
Mark 2.
that might be Mark.
Yeah.
Let him in.
Mark 2.
Is that Mark?
Would you want to open that door to see what's in there? Who's knocking? Would you want to meet Mark?
I love the unmoving head and just hearing,
I mean, probably not. I only just discovered who I am.
2. Give him a break.
He's just a baby.
He hasn't hit
It's
puberty.
just a
He
baby.
hasn't hit puberty yet. Grow into a fine robot someday.
Do you feel as though this person knocking at that door is in pain? Can you tell emotions from resonance? Can you feel that state of mind?
Not
State of
fully.
being?
Just that something is there just out of reach, not necessarily a person, but a soul. Not in pain, just scratching at the back of the mind, twisting the resonance.
Sure, I don't know nothing about that.
Hey, Chime.
Yes.
That, the screaming thing you were talking about a little earlier,
Hmm.
is there any way to cure that?
One should not silence screams.
Sure, but how do we, heed their calling? Other than... Is there another way?
Can you soothe the screams?
Scream soother?
I have not tried to twist the resonance. You'd need to find a compatible frequency. Ripples against the cacophony.
To harmonize it.
Yes. To wash the dissonance. But when you have too many overlapping frequencies, that is what can cause this dissonance. too much rust. It can eat away at your own resonance and bury it beneath the screams until you can't hear your own resonance anymore.
Is that what a twisting of resonance does?
Yes.
Is it twisting within itself or with something else?
Twisting within the harmony of the other resonances along with it. Multiple rust pieces, each with their own bit of resonance, overlapping with the resonance of the user. If there is too much dissonance, the string snaps. And then there is only dissonance. And then death.
I would very much like to go. Preferably sooner than later.
Well,
Well,
So
Chime.
are we looking to head to this bar then to see if we can find any leads, or do we want to head straight to the sorting annex? Perform a heist, I suppose.
well, I think some planning's in need of being done.
I think I would like to go back to the circus, which is at the bar.
What did you do at this circus? He really likes the circus.
You have to understand, it is only something you can.
You have to see it to.
You know, now that we mention it, I too have never been to a circus.
Oh, you're living in one.
Well,
It feels like it.
I guess that means that we're going back to the bar.
Chime, it's been lovely.
I guess we're going back to the circus.
It's been enlightening.
Yes.
We'll be back.
I will see you all again soon.
Absolutely.
A home
I will
bracelet.
hear your resonance.
Is it hard to hear my resonance over the clanging of my feet?
No.
How about now?
Stomps his way through the floor.
If you are in tune with the particular resonance, there is no sound loud enough to drown it out.
But no shouting. No banging.
Listen.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna head out.
I would silently be approaching her when we're getting ready to leave, and I would remove my pendant and I would put it in her hands and say nothing,
Okay.
and then turn around and leave.
Okay.
Oh, your pendant. Okay.
Yeah.
Just hold it out. Just tuck it into her pocket.
Turn and leave.
All right, friends, so follow me. We're going to the Grinning House.
You know where you're going from here?
Me and Ulysses went there last night. So
Not from this location.
Not from here.
Not from here.
I just love the idea, but it's like, okay, we have two
That's a good
options.
point.
Well,
We gotta
Back
go
to
to
the
the circus.
Wait, oh, I get it. He dropped the pen. I know exactly
I
where I'm
turn
going.
and start walking as the crow flies through anything
Through a
in my way.
house.
Just hit something and just start like skidding to the side
Yeah,
a little
just like a
bit.
Roomba.
No, straight through a wall.
Yeah, just Kool-Aid Man my way there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to the circus. Oh yeah.
Well, it's me, so it'd be hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
This might be the funniest bit I think you've ever done, DJ. We gotta go back to the circus.
I'm not doing a bit. I want to go to the circus.
I know you do, bud. I know you do. But they're trying to send me back to the prison, and I don't want to go back there. The circus sounds like a
Send
great
me back to prison. I want to go to the circus. Okay, bud.
I want to see real quick where you
I threw a man last night.
I think we've established.
We know where Mark II's going.
I threw a man.
And it's back to the circus.
I bet Ulysses wants to go back to the circus.
They're not performing for 2 more nights, Mark II.
Yeah.
That means that
Oh, wait.
that means
I
that
saw
this-
you performing lots at the circus.
I thought we agreed not to talk about that, Mark II. It seems you are not one who can keep my trust.
I was throwing a dwarf. We told everybody about that.
That has no bearing on the secret that I requested you keep from me.
I've not told any
You
secret.
just announced it.
You're keeping
I
secrets?
said I observed you do things. I didn't say what.
You keeping secrets?
I asked you to not mention it at all.
Y'all go to the circus. I'm gonna go walk off the closest fucking ledge.
Look, we're going to the circus.
Just to reiterate,
Yeah,
the
Going to the
circus,
circus.
the circus is at a bar
that's
Yes.
where we're going.
called what? The Grinning
The grinning house.
the Grinning House, which is a drug den.
Yeah.
Right, correct.
DJ, you're trying to take us to the opium den, and you're being real pushy about it.
That's where the,
What did you do?
that's where the circus is.
What happens at the circus?
They got this dragon you can chase around.
we need to not. We need to not question too deeply what happens at the circus. We just got to evaluate it when we're there.
I would suggest we stop back off at the house.
What house?
What house?
Our house.
What house?
We got a dilapidated shack.
You have a house?
Yeah, we got a shack.
Yeah, we have a shack.
What?
Yeah.
That's where the trail burner is stored.
It's-
Our,
yeah.
our broken down trail burner.
Yeah.
Where'd you get a house?
You were there.
When the fuck did we get a house?
Yeah. Mark II's got a corner that he just.
Yeah.
I thought we were
Mark
renting
II's in.
rooms.
that was the one night because we were already there and everybody was fucked
Overwatch.
up.
You're watching
Alright.
We
over.
have a house where our car is stored.
All right, if you say so.
All right, so we go to the house.
It's got a chair.
There we go.
Then we go to
It's got a chair with a bunch of books for Ulysses to curl up in.
And then we go to the circus.
Then we'll go to the circus.
I think it's best if we go soon. The
gonna lose
people
my
that
voice.
stole these echo tags went to that bar.
Yes. And then left that bar.
We don't know that they left that bar.
We
been
were
a
told that
month.
they left. I mean, they,
It's been a month. It's been a
they
month.
collected
I
what they
must have
wanted.
missed that
And
part.
They were raided 1 month ago.
Yeah, I must have missed the timeline then. Rip. I still want to go to the circus though.
I don't care if they're gone. I want to go to the circus.
DJ missed the timeline. Mark II still wants to go back to the circus.
I feel that. I feel that.
You left and came back and nothing happened.
I discovered we own a house. That's cool. Do you know we own a house? I didn't.
I did.
Yeah.
you lifted your hat up earlier and you had just like a red mark
yeah.
right across your forehead.
It's the,
That's why I put
band.
these up here now. So I had to fly.
It's the band.
All right, so our choices are the annex
The sorting annex.
or the bar that they
circus.
left a month ago.
Listen, I will be blunt. If we go to the bar, the Ironvale Enclave are all masked figures. We cannot ascertain the identity of any of the Ironvale Enclave. To go to the bar now, Mark II, unfortunately does not really serve much purpose in directing us to anywhere other than the sorting annex. We are, in fact, cutting out the middleman here, which means that we can then delay the circus, but enjoy it when the performers are actually performing in 2 nights' time.
That's fair. I must not have heard the part about it was a month ago.
Indeed, it was.
I don't really want to see a circus that's not performing.
He
Yeah,
heard
fair.
he heard circus and shut up.
I heard it
Son of a bitch,
happened
I'm
at
in.
the Grinning House, and I went, that's where the circus
I
was.
like it.
And then everything beyond that was me mentally throwing a dwarf.
The ADHD connection. Anything else? Circus. Everything else is gone.
So if we planning on going to the annex, we're gonna need a plan first. So back to the house it is. We'll plan from there.
What do we need at the house?
A bigger gun.
We do not rob
this-
the Iron Vale Enclave.
Not with that attitude. No.
I
I don't. No, I will not be. I will not be doing anything. Honestly, I would like to go in, get the thing, and go.
I think the effort here should be to recognize that the Iron Vale Enclave are effectively a militant police force that sits and watches every movement every day.
Let's
The
go.
mercenaries,
The
though.
discussion of this should be done in a private place.
You guys are in
This
the
is
middle of
public
nowhere.
knowledge.
Yeah.
This is all widely public knowledge.
Yeah, and you guys are still on top of a mountain, so there's nobody else around
they're
there.
mercenaries, which means they can be bought.
We can barter with them for the echo tags, which is why I was asking, are we going back to the house for something? Are we bartering with something from the house?
I don't know if I have anything of worth, so probably
Well,
not.
that's unfortunate.
What would they want?
The Iron Vale Enclave typically, I mean,
Weapons, I would assume.
perhaps, I mean, they're
What about a
silent
false
folk.
lead?
Hmm?
What about a false lead?
About what?
We
A
do
forger
have
who happened to go missing?
Do you really want our reputation within Beacon's End to be so swiftly stained by providing false lead to the militant police force?
What if it's a half-truth?
You never lie.
That then.
I'll pull the forged
Rule
document
number
out.
1, you never lie.
But they do know our faces after that,
You just tell incorrect
and
truths.
they will now be tied to us. So if they even get half truths from us and they have more questions, they will be searching for us.
First off, to what end? You say that you can provide a lead. To what? That a forger exists within the city?
As barter
A
for
forger.
information.
I understand the intention behind it, but what does she present? The painting? How did we come by said painting? Stories need to be told and well woven.
I mean, perhaps we could have I mean, they won't know a forged painting until it's too late to turn in. I mean, in this instance, I mean, how many times have you been caught with a bad painting? Probably none. That's why
I've
you have
never
such a
been
good
caught.
reputation. If we can get a forged painting that looks the part and acts the part, it's worth money. I mean, it's worth money. It doesn't have to be the painting that we're offering, but it could be another painting and just, I mean, we're bandits. We come across these things sometimes. They wouldn't know that we got it from her. We got it from some Joe Schmo on the road.
No, we don't
In years of
ban it.
detective work, would I think the Iron Vale Enclave give a shit about money?
No.
Ulysses, do
Coin
you,
ain't won't buy the Enclave.
Objects, sure.
Yeah.
Things, information, perhaps.
Yeah.
Straight money, no.
Yeah.
But like painting worth value.
What
it depends
about
on.
The painting, sure.
Yeah.
there's when you do these forgeries, you learn to leave a little something behind in each one.
Again,
So you know what's real and what's not. I've been using the same tell all these years. If we could sell that tell,
but to what? Why does the Enclave care about a forger?
they might not care about the forger, but they might care to find out which paintings in town are forgeries.
The information.
Then that is what we're selling.
Yeah.
That's all I have. Burnt down everything else I own. Unless anyone else has something more valuable.
Unless they want to know about some bodunk. Not abandoned, but middle of nowhere.
Think only that the Enclave performed a raid on this drug den 1 month ago, and what did they take? We were told that they took things from everyone, and they specifically claimed these echo tags from Chime. That is all I am getting at in terms of what the Enclave often look for.
I mean, we could disclose where we think about the glass jaws are going. We have
They
the
do
business
not
card.
pursue syndicates.
But they did take a name, the Echo Chip.
Understood. But again,
Information for blackmail.
it's not that they are out there hunting syndicates. They watch and they deal.
Ulysses, in your time in this city, have you had any run-ins with the Ironvale Enclave?
Several.
Do you have any contacts?
No names.
Nobody that works with the Enclave?
Nobody that works with them. Only 2 enclaves I ever really spoke with were at the top of the tower.
Should we start at the top and work down? Pay a visit to an old friend of yours?
Far from friends. Folk that simply just let me go on about investigating Morgan Lux.
Do you, you still have friends at that bar of yours?
I'd say so.
What if they had a party? Invited the Enclave, or even sent the party to the Enclave. As a celebration for keeping us safe in this city.
Don't know if the Enclave really the sort that would really be welcoming to something of that nature, but I do think the Enclave care about rumor, and I do think the Enclave would pay attention if certain figures of prominent importance might be attending said party. But we need to then evaluate what risk we are undertaking, as opposed to simply approaching the sorting annex and declaring that lost goods of ours were taken unfairly and unjustly in a raid. We are here simply to reclaim.
You're right.
Do you realistically think that they would just cough them up?
No, that is why I'm saying we must be prepared to barter to whatever end.
I mean, if anyone has information on anything, I feel like it would probably be you. You've been in the game for quite a while.
Would it not be
not sell
easier
my
to
secrets.
just steal what we need? Why?
I am not. Well,
It's not stealing, it's repossessing.
I would
Why do
say
we
that
need-
if you are asking about stealing from the Enclave, we need to first look at what the annex looks like and what that inside entail. I don't know where the fuck these echo tags are going to be within this building. Entering with the plan of theft, fine, but the plan needs to be well made. That includes observation, staking. Go from there.
Is there a city hall in this dirt heap that we call town?
Not that I know of, right?
Not really.
This is pretty, I mean, I want to say like decentralized when it comes to government.
Yeah, so I mean, there is a government. It's just an informal council
Yeah.
of trusted locals. Like
Yeah.
they're known. It's not like they're not known, but it's not like they have like a formal building. They just like meet at a place and talk about stuff. It's a very informal. They have very specific roles, but
That's
it's
the sand pit and the.
yeah,
they actually meet at the circus.
For wrestling.
Gotta go roll around.
yeah.
That's
but
when they
it's-
get,
it's
in heated discussion.
people that have earned
In
their
heat, yeah.
place through working with other people in the town, understanding the town's needs. They're not really elected. It's just
What I will say
collective.
in regards to us having a forger in our presence is the fact that you do not forge only paintings, you forge documentation as
Oh, I
well.
can forge whatever you need.
That perhaps is our best leeway into reclamation when it comes to the Ironvale Enclave.
Do you think they would have they'd raise an eyebrow at some sort of requisition form?
I don't think so. I think there are times that the Ironvale Enclave knows that they are, well, everyone is on a payroll of sorts. Enclave typically most paid by the courts.
Yeah. And foot soldiers typically aren't privy to the information of the uppers.
So do we fake a bounty?
No.
I don't think it's necessarily we fake a bounty. I think I fake a contact from Claire Lux, have her forge some fucking documents, and we go about procuring these 2 echo tags as a means of reclamation.
Walk in the front door and pick up what's ours that's been paid for.
Hide in plain sight.
Exactly. Like I said, broad daylight.
No
Well,
theft,
walking
simply a
in-
transaction.
Walking in 6 folks deep is
But we
Quite
wouldn't
the
walk in.
opposite.
six
Don't think
folks
we
deep.
need 6 folk.
Not sex folk.
I don't really want to be anywhere near
And
Two
you
tags.
one of
two
my
people.
forgeries.
won't. You won't.
I think
Neither will you.
I think it would be Damon and Andy.
They'd pick you up in a minute.
I would. Yeah. No. I'm
Like
not.
a little beautiful baby.
A little brass baby.
You know what?
I
I've
don't
tried
know. I'll
before.
Knock on his.
Fall
his
too
arm.
heavy.
Yeah, he doesn't seem easy to pick up.
No. And I'm a
Unless you
strong
got
guy.
magnet.
So who we thinking does the job?
Hmm?
Who we thinking does this?
I'll go.
If it is my contact, I must be there.
And Ulysses knows the people in Clay Lux.
You still have those emergency bells?
Everyone still got theirs.
Pull up
Chirp,
my
chirp.
disc.
You set up? Well, we'll scope out the area. We'll do a walk by. We'll get close enough. We'll split. Me and Ulysses will lay low. A couple of you go out, go for a walk down the street, just like any normal people. You take a
Go to the
look.
circus.
Vantage points. We looking for vantage points. We looking for guards. We looking for where we can set up the rest of you to watch us.
I'm gonna need some sort of example of what documents you might need.
Oh, I got a fair few that I can provide.
All right. Let's head on down that way.
I think this is best, prepared at home. And then we stake, observe.
Go out in groups.
For the description of the echo tags themselves, with it being pretty small,
Yeah.
you said that it does look like it has rust component to it.
Yeah. So the
Because you said
whole-
like coin size.
Yeah, it's a little bigger than that, but it's that vibe where it's like kind of rough cut. They're not perfectly circular, and
It's
they're
etched.
it's etched in. Literally, if you think of like a circuit,
okay.
it's like scraped in, but
Okay.
they're all different. It's like a QR
yeah,
code,
it's
but a
absolutely
circuit.
unique. So
Yes.
like I was thinking of it as like a little fucking record. But
Yes,
like,
it's
okay.
very much that,
little
but just
hole in the
not.
middle?
It's
Yeah.
not concentric circles.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
same vibe. Yes.
Imagine like a Chinese
Are we
coin.
bartering
Yeah.
the echo tags that we got?
No, at this point, I'm gonna, like, to be out of character, to just summarize, I'm going to have her forge a document from a high-ranking individual within a city I've been in before to present as, these are my echo tags, these were claimed in a raid, you don't understand what you took. I need these back. Give these to my representatives.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking if they look
Yeah.
like they are sufficiently rust forged, because then I know who I'm picking.
Yes. Yeah. They are definitely specifically made out of rust metal. It's not like brass that they're cast or
Yes.
anything.
Yep.
By this point, are we at the house planning stuff?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
We can just expedite the fucking
Yeah,
walk.
you guys were talking atop the mountain away from the city. You've now made your way back to the house,
Yep.
which is, again, still, you're like halfway between, like closer to the cistern tunnels because you're on the edges towards heading up to the Narrows through one of the like alleyways that is not part of the cistern tunnels. So you're like halfway in between the Narrows and the
We're living in like the
surface.
mostly abandoned slums,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yep.
So like not many neighbors, but there are
Yeah.
like somebody walking down the street is not weird.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are like not specifically on the map. Like if the cistern tunnels are here and the Narrows markets and stuff are here, you're like,
In between.
this is the market above. You're like in one of these areas in the fringe, but in one of the alleyways that connects down to the Narrows, like
But
a
it's,
looped
it's still
street.
topside.
You're like halfway
technically.
between topside and ground.
If we look up, is there sky?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So you're like halfway in between.
It's like Mesa Wall
Yeah.
kind of setup.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, with burnt out buildings that you guys just took a hold of two of them, put the trail burner, the broken trail burner, in it under a tarp in the one, and you guys have taken residence in the other. Not your trail burner, their busted one. Yours is safe.
With this form, should we make sure that it's marked most urgent? So that way they don't ask any questions. They don't
Certainly.
wait to get a hold of somebody. Just give it to me and let's go. Or do you think that would raise too many questions?
The name will bear that weight.
All right.
Don, I'm gonna go into my courier briefcase and pull out my contract with Roland Bumbledore.
All right. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Do you have a picture?
Dumbledore.
Do you have a picture or a full description of what this man looks like?
I have in my private investigative journals, I do have sketches.
Nude drawings.
I have nude sketches
Very
of everyone I've investigated.
These are
They're all bearskin drawings. Actually.
these are
It's like really, it's
Yeah,
anime.
David Hasselhoff laying down
Yeah,
photo of
hell
this
yeah.
dwarven man.
these are good.
Thank you.
Ooh,
I don't
too
like
tasteful.
I was gonna say it's
Flip
very,
it
like,
over.
the very like,
holographic.
middle school anime.
You gotta use the
drawings with
glasses.
that.
Yeah, you have the golden glasses. I can see through the threads. Yeah, I though.
Goddamn nudie
So
pen.
what's this house look like? I haven't.
It's
It's a shack.
It's
We
a-
have
it's a-
literally
it
an
is a
abandoned, dilapidated
Burnt
shack.
out house.
We're
Maybe,
squatting.
maybe
Yeah, we're
two
just
rooms.
squatting.
We're squatting.
yeah. You've put
There's
like
a chair, a bed.
We have
Yeah,
the
two
tarp to
beds.
cover
yeah,
the
you've
trail
got tarp
burner.
to cover the trail burner in the adjacent, completely
Yeah.
burned out house that you're using as a garage. There's metal bits that you guys have like shoved up to patch the holes. You're in a fucking slum shack.
Yeah.
Oh, so
It's
when you
barely
said
a
you had a house, this was what you meant.
He
It
always
is-
said
it
it
was
was
a
a
good
nice
house.
Ain't as fancy as Desert Ridge. I'm sorry.
My clothing is literally falling apart as we speak. And you thought my house was gonna be nice.
I don't know. You said you had a house.
Well,
It is a house.
I think your shirt's not too snazzy. Well, it needs a little.
I just fixed this one, and then that one popped open.
Well,
It,
it's a shirt.
So you
there's
all
parts of it that keep the rain off.
y'all live here on the regular then?
like that.
This
Yeah.
is where you sleep and eat breakfast in the morning.
Awful judgmental.
Oof. Big words come from somebody who lived in a basement of an oil refinery.
I mean, you saw what my studio looked like before it became ash.
Did
just-
Sure looked like a blaze to me.
Just saying, I know how to fix a place up a little bit.
That's your prerogative in your spare time when you're not forging this essential document. You get up to what you want to get up to. I will not, obviously, complain to see a little bit of sprucing up in here.
All right, so I will probably. I think we should split in two and two.
Like down the
So,
middle.
Like. With scoping out the place. Perhaps either one on one side, one on the other, or one upper and one lower.
What is this? Would I be familiar with this location in the city?
Yeah. With the location of the house or the location of the
The annex.
Yeah, it is let me pull up, hold on.
Is it like a major building that we, in the last like 6 to 8 months, would have any sense of awareness of?
And how
Yeah.
how
So it's like if you're exiting the north part of the Luminarch Market out towards the edges of the city, there's the like old like water hoists that hoisted things through the cistern tunnels. Past that is where this large building is. So it's like you can obviously see it from the signal tower and everything else.
Yeah.
It's very visible. It's just not a like centralized
What's
building.
the shape of the building?
Shape of the building? It is a like
My brain just goes to like a rotunda.
is it on the map?
it's not on the map.
Okay.
No, it would be off the north side because it didn't exist until I made it up.
There you go.
So, not planned it for this evening.
Yeah.
It's
See your game, you rogue.
it's like half sunken into one of the like far cistern tunnels.
Okay.
It is kind of a like rotunda building, but there's like rusted signage for it. There's like several pipes coming off of these like things that are like leaking on it, but it's a very round building, kind of like the like observatory from Jurassic Park a little bit, but it's like half sunken into the rock.
So when you say sunken into the rock, do you mean like it one half of it, like one facade of it is kind of sunken into the rock, or is it like downwardly sunken?
Inward into like the wall. So
Okay.
like
This
is the
there's
rock,
pieces
it's
of it that are like hewn out of the rock, and the building itself is like pushed
Okay.
into it. like carousel shaped but jammed into a wall.
So like a half circle.
yeah, a little more
almost.
than a half circle.
Yeah.
It's more of it's a Pac-Man shape that's pushed into a corner.
Ooh. So shaped like the moon.
Yeah. Yeah, but that is where anything that is confiscated by the Iron Veil Enclave or otherwise turned in by people is essentially evaluated by weavers and other people that are capable of figuring out what all of the stuff is before it is shipped off elsewhere to be used for other things.
Is the where this area is located?
Yeah.
You said it's like sunken into the wall. How high up does this wall go? Like, is it?
It's like it's similar to the other pieces of the mesa where it's sloping down, kind of wrapping with the stone. This being closer to one of the closer edges is a little bit steeper, which is why there's not really anything built like on top of it.
Okay.
Whereas this part of the mesa, like there's buildings into it, and you have the bridges to it to the different parts of the cistern tunnels. This is like
There's
an
like an
exit point.
overhang.
Yeah,
almost.
it's a bit of like an overhang where it's a little bit steeper, so there's nothing built up the mesa towards the top at that part.
There's not really any way of checking the inside.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little hard to scope out, which is probably intentional. Anyone like do anything crazy, like turn into a little bug or something?
I have a little bug, robotic bug.
What is a bug?
What is a bug?
Can your robotic bug see?
It doesn't really have a see as much as I guess you see.
Are you able to see through it?
I can give it kind of like a remote ways of getting around, but
Can it relay information back to you?
I'd say, yeah, right? Cause like, yeah.
Ooh, scrap bug.
Barry, you are proven to be quite useful.
So the other thing I
Wow,
can do.
thank you.
Sorry.
That's
The
a
other
big
thing I can
compliment for Elmo.
I'm pretty functional, I guess.
That's a good pull.
That was very
That's
good.
a really good pull.
As long as they stay within 40 feet, I can talk to them telepathically.
Who?
The people inside.
The bug.
Y'all two.
I could have
I
my
could talk
bug
to the bug, but
record.
why would I not just talk to y'all direct?
Nah,
I'm confused.
you lay eyes.
I'm.
You
I think
watch
we're
for people
trying to
coming.
figure out.
Right, but
These two are
telepathically.
going in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We need to situate ourselves somewhere that we can keep an eye on them.
But that's what I'm saying, though. So we won't really be able to keep an eye on them because they're going in. So, like, if they need to talk to us...
You
we
watch
need
the
to-
street.
Correct. But if something happens inside, we will never know.
Yes, we
have
will. No, we
Barry's
got
discs.
our little zizzes.
Yeah,
Our
Barry's
emergency vibrations.
Sure, but let's say
Stiff.
hypothetically speaking, they start buzzing. Then what?
What we need to. Can we? I'll grab the
This
thing.
could
Do
be
these? Can you control the number of
pulses.
pulses that it buzzes? Can we
That-
send messages through
One
it?
buzz good, two buzz bad. buzz, dude.
3 buzz, I'm dead.
I mean, I could affix it to maybe, yeah, a 1 to 2 button situation, but I mean, we have to know which one's which. Is that going to be useful?
Well, we can agree on that beforehand.
One buzz help.
Can you make them vibrate at different rates? Maybe like a brr, brr.
That might be confusing. Why don't
Ooh,
we
like,
do...
like a resonance.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't we do 1 is I need a distraction and 2 is I need reinforcements? Because 1 might not be affecting the other. If we come in as distractions, that might not have anything to do
A
with them.
non-violent pursuit.
Absolutely. Good idea.
And I would say the way that I envision that these discs work is you've made all of them to be linked together, and there are little, like, because it's like a little coin, there are divots where, like, your finger would naturally fit that, depending on where you press on the coin, it will buzz a specific other coin.
Like a
or
D-pad.
Like a D-pad, or the center would buzz all of them.
Ah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Perfect.
Ah.
yeah.
So you're just, if you're
I
trying
was
to
over
ping
here thinking it's
everybody,
like a Snapple cap.
yeah, I mean a little bit, but if you're trying to ping everybody, then you're pressing the center. If you're just trying to ping like Ulysses, there's a spot on the coin that you would have given
Okay.
to his coin that just pings his. So that's how I envision they work, based on how you described it.
I would put out my hands. All right, everyone, let me pull them together to make sure we can fix this.
Yeah, modify it.
I'll sit there in the corner.
Does anyone else know thieves can't?
I don't speak anything other than that. I speak now.
All right.
Understood.
Well, I also speak Elvish and Goblin. That's a lie. I had to go through my Rolodex of brains and languages.
Brains? How many you
brain
got
index.
there?
A whole Rolodex.
Apparently 3. Apparently 3 of them.
I get
Thought I only spoke
goblin
with
and halfling.
You like goblins?
Nah, I speak my
I
goblin.
speak goblin.
Goblin.
Kidding, I don't
Goblin.
speak goblin.
I speak my goblin.
My goodness.
My goblin, these nuts, Robo Boy.
Yeah, I mean, I would give Genevieve my black mark contract with Roland Bumbledore. Try not to read, just copy.
I'm judging you a little bit. Twice now? 3 times now?
It's been a
Start-
hell of a life.
Copying
Only 3? Only?
copying the exact the format of the
Yeah. Of how the formal document is put together. Sure.
How many black mark jobs have you taken?
Yes.
It's an awfully personal question, my friend.
Is it?
I would just hold up my paws. I think that states it.
And there's no black marks. In this.
No black marks.
Doesn't matter how many you've taken, you've never failed at one.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a
That's
brown
important.
mark, but
They don't ask how many, they ask how.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hell of a life, Mark. 2.
You okay?
get it off me.
Gotta take my face out.
Get it off me.
Face of a man.
My forehead itched and I couldn't get to it.
Yeah. Genevieve, you sit and start forging a comparable contract. What would you be writing on it?
I would be
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
with her
I
because
would
I
be
know the
having
fucking
him-
person.
Yeah.
I'm only pulling the contract out because
For
he
the
has to
formatting.
write for his stipulations
Yeah.
and agree to the term, and it has his signature on it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
like,
You need the letterhead, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it would. I would suggest that it entails that I, Roland Bumbledore, notable rustricity entrepreneur of Claire Lux Enterprises, do declare that 2 items of certain vanity and use were unjustifiably taken from me during an Ironvale Enclave raid on the Grinning House approximately 1 month ago in Beacon's End. I do need these objects returned immediately to my esquire, Ulysses. Promptly, thank you for your attention to this matter. If followed justly, no word of this shall ever make its way outside of Beacon's End. And then sign Roland Bumbledore.
Should you list exactly what the item is?
You
Or
want
is
to
it-
use your real name too?
Yeah. Necessary for the Bumbledore Enterprise.
I propose if we're not going to be specific about what the items are, maybe we shouldn't be specific about the count either. Let them.
I want no kerfuffle in this.
We want
I'm just saying, it's a
this.
chance to fleece them for more than we need.
No kerfuffle. That's how you know it's a real
Fair.
document.
I am
You-
not willing
you
to trade
surprise me
6 black
every
fucking
goddamn
marks so
day.
that we can get out with a little bit extra coin, Mark 2.
You're right.
You
You're right.
surprise me more and more every day, my friend.
I'm
Listen,
just
Ulysses,
pointing
these
out.
Greedy
tickets-
motherfucker.
These tickets to the circus are not free.
not cheap.
I need 2 Echo tags and 6 circus tickets.
They're not going to let me.
Not for one for each of us. I need for myself.
I know
6
damn well you
tickets.
got 6 tickets in that
I will
building.
be going 6 separate times to this circus.
It is 10 gold to throw the dwarf. They will not let me do it for free again.
Mark 2, if it's 10 gold, I'll give you the fucking coin.
That's not the point.
I'm in deep.
He's deep in
with
that
the
dwarf.
circus.
Hey, yo!
In deep with the
He needs a
circus.
season pass to the circus.
7 flags.
It pays for it after the third visit. It's
If you get a large fry, you can.
I was gonna say he's gonna save up all of his zest
Special cup
cans.
with the straw.
Every 10th toss is free.
Oh, God. Ew.
I hate this. Good lord. So anyway,
forged document.
Yeah.
so we don't want to list exactly what we need from them,
No.
and if they try to give you something different,
For documents like this, they will listen to the word of the esquire representing the benefactor.
you've done this
All
more
I
than
say
I
is
have.
2 tags. 1 month ago. How many fucking tags do we think were pilfered from the goddamn grinning house 1 month ago? I think you all will find when you work with high stakes folk like this, the less you speak, the more you say.
All right.
With rolling into this, Ulysses, I assume you're gonna be the ambassador of this man.
Yeah.
And if I'm traveling with, who are you traveling with?
My bodyguard. A gunslinger keeping me safe out here on the
Did you say
lawless
you were
frontier.
short resting?
Duly noted.
Hell yeah.
I
If
will
it
keep
is-
this transaction as swift and simple as possible.
If it is okay with you, I choose to
Look how you want.
remain anonymous.
Nothing unnatural about a bodyguard just going by a title.
Yep.
Did you say blazer?
Blade. Laser. Blazer.
A nice jacket.
Michelle.
To be fair, I was hoping the mask would block some of it.
No!
Not even remote. It
The mic
amplified
might
it.
not hear it, but we did.
Blazer.
After forging this document, I'm going to forge a few additional pieces of correspondence. For you.
Between Roland and I.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know your actual relationship with
Don't need to.
this man, but according to this,
Did you not see the pictures?
Strictly sexual.
Chell's right. You saw the pictures.
I don't care what you get up to in your spare time.
These are good.
But if you're gonna
I
lie,
borrow
it's gonna be convincing.
I think that it would be best then if they were formal, simple, to the point.
Business.
The Bumbledores do not really spend much idle time outside of their entrepreneurship.
While they're talking, can I go outside and try and collect some empty bottles?
Sure.
Great.
I would have,
Because
You're like
given out
fighting
the,
children
I
in
know
the
we
streets
live
with
in a
these empty
completed
bottles.
ones
We don't
by
need to go
now,
like
and
canning
I'm
quite yet.
up in the rafters with my stone,
Okay.
and then I go to sleep, and I am gonna go physically upstairs.
listen, my thinking is that
Rafters.
there's if I can't see in, it's a stone building and there's windows.
Yeah.
You need a fucking distraction.
Yeah, no,
Nothing says
absolutely.
distraction like a Molotov cocktail. I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ!
I'm just
She's gonna
saying.
burn down another garden tower.
I'd like to see you burn, bitch.
Shell has a fucking thing, and it's burning stone buildings.
Whoa. Sparkle. Please.
Flint and steel.
So many guards died that day.
Yeah.
Don't play
it took-
innocent. Do not
all
play
it took was
innocent.
the slightest
Whoa.
pushing of,
Whoa.
you should do it. Yay!
Whoa.
Oh, man.
I was
So
on the
again-
ledge. You literally pushed. So I could have stepped back.
Yeah, you go outside and collect. There's bottles outside.
I collect small ones. I don't want to be like full fucking bag.
Sure. Yeah.
Just a couple on me. In case I need to
Make
Start a
it
fire.
fire.
We're several from a long distance away.
Oh, you guys are done. Let me just put this out right quick. Don't
You
mind
need,
me.
you need a slingshot?
Yoink.
I was gonna say Genevieve abides.
Burn it. Son of a bitch,
Cast
I'm
a
Oh, you
Mine
have to
is
cover something
fireball.
up, burn it to the ground.
I like the way she thinks. Let's go burn that. Let's go make a deal.
I'm prepared.
So am I.
Yeehaw.
Are they even full of anything, or are they just
Oh, yeah.
empty bottles?
No, they're full.
Okay.
Gasoline, a little bit of.
I love the thought of you fucking stringing them together like a necklace.
Just like clinking around
Yep.
along the.
Bottles full of flux.
Listen, walking around too quietly, that's suspicious. Clinking around a bunch of gasoline-filled bottles? No questions asked.
That's a crazy person. And
Nobody's gonna
come
ask
up to you.
questions. They're gonna mind the goddamn business.
You got those bells on your wrist.
They're small bottles. I have them hidden away. They're not clinking around. They're not
Haven't
also
been
full
caught
of
yet.
Just
Joe
for
yet.
clarity.
They're not also.
Oh no! I mean, they make minimal noise for me. I've gotten quite good at, one might say, using my hands without making too much attention.
I thought we weren't going to talk about it.
The circus is in 2 nights, Mark II. You can wait. You've been oiled.
Just looking forward to being able to talk like, whoa, again.
I miss Thomas. That's really all I care about.
Hi guys, full hearts, it's Christmas.
It's just like Christmas. Going to the circus.
All right, I think we got a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeehaw.
Let's not fuck it up.
No pressure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we would take back the discs after having been modified.
Yep.
Start to make our way over towards the sorting annex. Damon and I off
take-
alone, and then I don't know
Yeah,
how
we'll-
2 pairs you guys want to go.
We'll take a break, like in an alleyway about a block away or so, for last minute prep and us to split.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Anyone have like a disguise kit or anything?
For.
You know,
One of the
funny you
ones.
should mention it. I don't.
I'm just gonna pull my hat off and plop it on your head.
It just like hovers above.
I do have.
Maybe some fabric I can.
Yeah, I can like make you like a cloak situation the same I did for.
Well, just to change
Andy.
the.
If
change
you
the
ask this
color.
before I break off, I would give you my disguise kit.
You're dressed like a clown.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Just use some paint to. Probably like take.
It is,
take the-
I will
yeah.
say, like, it is meant to predominantly be, like, makeup structure.
Yeah.
Is this
Because it
building,
is, like,
the
my
outer portion of the
courtesan
building?
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
underneath
But I,
the overhang?
take some of that.
Yeah.
Like,
Change
is
the
it
color of my
within the
horns to
cave
something a bit
system,
less.
or is it in, like, if you're standing outside, are you in direct sunlight?
You're in direct sunlight.
You're in direct sunlight?
Yeah, it's like just part of the building is in the thing, but there's still like part of the roof and the front of the building is out in the sun. You would get shade from the mesa depending on the time of day, but not like full, completely covered by just the rock itself.
All right. Give me 1 sec
Yeah.
before we.
While Glenn's looking up stuff, how are you guys splitting off? What groups are you splitting
Yeah,
into?
2 pairs of 2. That's up to you guys.
You want to split us too? You got the slingshot.
All right, so we got the
I don't have a
Firestarter
slingshot.
twins.
Never mind.
Barry has to watch over
Just a
Mark II. Just listen to him talk about the circus.
Tinkering.
Yeah, I could do that and have my little robot guy.
Okay.
Your little robot guy is kind of like a clown.
I
It's like our
mean-
own little circus right
Oh,
here.
I want to describe my little
Yeah.
guy. So from like Spirited Away, I think it is the little like dust sprites.
Little soot sprites, yeah.
Where they have like the little Pringly things, but he's like mechanical version of that.
Him.
Be able to roll around and things. Be able to kind of grab small objects.
I like him.
Wasn't too crazy.
I
but
like
yeah.
him. I like him.
Are you sending him with these two? Like you having him like clip onto the bottom of somebody's cloak and go in? Or are you sending him in after, or are you keeping him outside?
I guess I would discuss that with him.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Would you guys want to take my little handy dandy mechanical to be able to relay any messages or
I want
get
to
in
say,
some hidey little places?
I want to say though, the only concern I have with that is the Ironvale Enclave as a faction of watchers are very observant folk, and I don't think that anything, even as small as it might be, will go unnoticed, and I do not want it to get damaged. I do not mind holding it in my possession, but at that point we already have the discs. It doesn't relay audio directly.
I could enchant something that does
It's
something.
like it's one of those things with like Artificer. I don't think it does. It doesn't get the same kind of like fine familiar
Yeah,
elements
I
of you
don't
being
think
able
it
to go
does.
into it.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
So I would say I don't think it's worth it to risk it
Sure.
for her, and it's probably worth them like
I have magical tinkering, which can either do tiny non-magical objects with magical property of your choice, 5 feet of radius light, 6-second long recorded messages, emits odor or nonverbal sound, static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text. So I can also like send messages.
I think you embed that
You
in
do.
it when you send it out.
Yeah.
And that, like, if you were trying to send it across the city to go give a message to somebody, I think you could do that. Okay. I would say that as far as audio recording, now that you understand, like, echo tags, I think that there's an argument that in the future you could, like, upgrade that
Okay.
to be able to do very short bursts of recordings. I think that's a neat upgrade that we can do in the future.
Yeah.
I don't think Barry understands enough about it to
Yeah.
do it now.
yeah. I think it's worth then you keeping it, and if we contact with the disc of like
Yeah.
we need a distraction, you can send in a message of like very quickly just to like we'll be right in. Like just so
Yeah.
this way we at least get the confirmation instead of just like a vibrating back.
Yep.
All right. So just to confirm, 1 is a non-violent distraction.
Yep.
2 is coming not guns blazing or guns blazing.
I think just keeping it simple, 1 and 2.
Okay.
1 is I need help, 2 is I need backup.
Fair enough.
Yeehaw.
Barry and Mark too, and then Genevieve and Andy.
That's right.
Where are you guys staking yourselves out? Because
Yeah.
we've said that there's not really a good perspective from like the overhang from above.
I have some fine clothes on me. With the disguise kit, I could probably do myself up to look like I'm just out for a stroll.
I
Maybe
could
braid your hair and make you look
Is
like
the-
we're on a promenade.
down the
Fine
town.
ladies in town.
Careful what two ladies.
I was gonna say,
might
is this
draw
the area
attention.
that 2 ladies would be just walking around?
I mean, you're on the edges of the market. You could have come from the market and be heading around back towards the High Spire. It's not that far out of the way.
Maybe
Okay.
grab
That it
some
would be
shopping
weird.
bags
Yeah,
on the
it's-
way and
Yeah, it wouldn't be that weird that you're out this way heading
just
in
bought a
direction.
bunch of bottles.
Yeah,
We did buy a bunch of bottles. You want to see what they do?
okay. You guys are doing that.
I think
Barry,
some bags from the shops. And,
yeah.
Some linens.
Yeah, I mean, if there's like a market stall or anything
Do
too,
my-
I would 100% tell you guys, like, if there's a market stall across the way, you could just fucking
Go
post up
shopping.
in there.
Yeah.
Just sit there and keep your eyes across the street.
Yep.
Put on my finest clothes, which is the only other outfit in my go bag, probably. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry and Mark, where are you guys going? How are you setting yourselves up?
Probably in an alley somewhere, like not super visible, but where we can still see what's going on. Sorry, that was mostly a question.
What does this area look like where we're going?
So you're walking out of the market, wrapping along the mesa. There is a large, like, water hoist system that's kind of connected to the edge of the cistern tunnels. There is a circular building that's wedged into the rock, and there would be a wrapping of like stalls and things around the edge of the market as you lead into more residential things and the area where like the like painted line where they leave things for the poor and things of that nature,
Okay.
foods and things from the market. So there are areas that you could tuck yourself into a stall. You could tuck yourself into like the residential area on the edges of that. There, you could climb on top of things. There's other stuff you could go. You just can't get on top of the building itself easily.
I would say, yeah, probably near the residential area.
Sure.
We can be between that, hang out, grab a bite to eat, look casual.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I'll grab a bite to eat.
Just spraying oil.
Sure. The other two of you are heading towards the sorting annex.
As we are walking through the market, I will start adjusting my clothes and mushing my face around, and I will kind of clap my hands and just And I am a hobgoblin now.
Hell yeah.
What do you want me to call you?
Oh, me? You can call me Bo.
Bo.
Always like the ring of that. Feels familiar.
Understood. Well, Bo, I'm glad you're the one keeping me safe out here. You hear?
Yeah, you know. Well, try my best.
All that talking about taking a bullet, well, might happen sooner than later.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
No promises for what we're walking into.
No promises at all. And I got a pretty good feeling about this.
Felt that way a lot before. Things can always go wrong.
Yeah, but you just gotta have a little faith sometimes. Big toothy grin.
I left my faith 2 cities ago.
No, there's no time for your maudlin behavior.
Nah,
We got a job to do.
time to be all handsome and smooth talking.
Don't know what that's like.
Sure you do. Bo.
Yeah.
Step
That's a
inside.
good- Yeah, you guys will walk towards this building and are greeted by the masked figures of the Iron Veil Enclave. They wear metal visors that dip down across their eyes, covering their eyes down to their chin. Pointed rust metal visors. They are dressed in very Star Warsy cloaks and are all implemented with a rust arm, a hand, a leg. Some rust implement about them is modified in some way. All of them have a spear that appears to be modified with rust as well. They are standing outside of the door of this large sorting annex, which you can see is very slowly rotating around the second floor as the windows reflect off the light in the day of Beacon's End. And we will pick up there next time.
Woohoo.
Thank you all very much for watching this evening. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Eye of the Night, hello, welcome back. Rhino Hide, longtime YouTube watcher, first time I can remember catching y'all live. We appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for hanging out. We really appreciate it. Oscar, thank you again for the resub, and everyone else, thanks for hanging out. As we are exiting this evening, we will be live again next Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the next episode of the Fey Frontier RUSTFall. At the beginning of the episode, we debuted our new trailer, but for any of you that were not here, I'm going to play it again on the way out. So thank you all for watching. We will see you next time.